All right, welcome everyone to the Metal Office Podcast. This is officially episode 6. We're rolling right along. We want to thank everyone who listened to episode 5 and to our new subscribers. Remember that in order for us to grow this thing, what really counts is the number of subscribers we get on the YouTube channel. So the Metal Office Podcast on YouTube. We're also on Spotify and the audio version, and then we have a little Facebook page we promote and spread jibber jabber across the universe there. This is episode 6, and we have a very big show. A lot of new and exciting things that are happening as we're growing the podcast, and one of the things that we've decided to do is reach out and try and gain some sponsorship to help us. Not only offset some of the costs of all this gear and wires that are behind the scenes that you can't see, but Gary's got a light bill and an electric bill, and we want to give our local businesses and people that are just starting out like we are a chance to reach additional audience. So that's why we've made that decision to do that. So today we have our very first sponsor, and we brought him here on camera on the podcast. We're going to talk for a few minutes. We figured we'd give him a break from his official 30-second spot and give him a few minutes. And so that's my big news today. Among other things, we've hit we're approaching almost 200 subscribers now. We're getting anywhere from 300 to 400 views from the first episode, and then things are leveling off, but we're starting to grow again, and things are going along, and we're looking forward to growing the podcast and get it all out to you guys. And the way we're going to do that is by doing we're going to do alternate subject matter. And so today we're going to start a series that we're going to do every 2 months of musicians. Today we have some singers that we've picked and people that we know and trust, and they're going to give you the inside scoop on not only being a singer, but also to navigate the business of local rock and roll here in the Chicago area. So we're going to bring those guests in a second. But like I said, I have big news today, and I mean big. I mean, this is bigger announcement than Gary boiling his bass strings. That's how big it is. I know. So here it is. We have secured our first sponsor on the Metal Office Podcast, and he's a fellow musician brother from the scene. He's a guitar player, and the name of the band that you're in is Unleashed, right?
That's correct.
Okay. So Guitars for Unleashed is now. How do you pronounce your last name properly, so I don't mess it up?
Well, there's two ways. The Polish way, Jarosz.
Well, we're not Polish.
Or
it's a
Jarosz.
Swedish way. I'm Swedish.
The Swedish? Yeah. Well, you can pronounce it that way if
Jarosz?
Jarosz.
Jarosz?
Yep.
All right. Christopher Jarosz is here. He represents his new company, Moneda de Cuba. Cuba or Cuba?
Yeah, well, if you want to do it the Spanish
way. Oh, here we go.
It's Moneda de Cuba.
De Cuba. Oh, you say Cuba.
Cuba.
Okay, so he that is a cigar company.
Yes.
And let me tell you about these little beauties. A while back, Al and I got some cigars from a guy, and I'm in the scene, and I didn't know him. I don't know if you knew Chris at the time. Not knowing that they were custom rolled in like a small batch, right?
Yep.
I mean, considered in grand scheme of cigars, and they're made by this gentleman himself, and so we smoked them here on the podcast, and I think we both agree that we were blown away. They were exceptionally good.
They're good. They're definitely good.
They're great cigars.
Oh yeah,
and they were superb. Now I'm not like a cigar purist or anything, aficionado or whatever they call them. But I know what I like. I know what I've grown to like the last few years. The more I smoke, the more I enjoy them, the more I like a full body, rich flavor, full cigar. I've gotten away from the blondes and things like that. I don't know.
The flavored
Yeah,
cigars.
I don't mind a flavor now and then, but I like a strong cigar. And these things, they're one of my favorite cigars now. And so so to support our local vendors and manufacturers, like we are, we're starting off in the business. We figure I reached out to Chris, and he agreed to do a sponsorship, and of course pay us in cigars because
Absolutely.
Al and I need cigars for the podcast, and we've worked that deal out, and nothing in writing, of course. And so we just want to, like, you can talk a little bit about your business, and tell us about how you came to be a cigar guy, and how people can get a hold of your cigars, because you're not
Sure.
an official retail vendor, you're a manufacturer, and there's a
Yes.
difference in law, of course.
Yes.
And you can explain that to people, but there are ways that they can get your cigars.
Yes. I am a manufacturer of cigars. They're based out of several different countries. Some of these cigars are based out of the Honduras, some out of Nicaragua,
Love Honduras.
some out of
Great fishing.
Dominican Republic, and some out of Mexico. In fact, the wrapper that's on this cigar is a Maduro that's created by in Mexico. It's called the San Andreas
This thing
Maduro,
is incredible.
and I
It's
appreciate that. And I just wanted to say thank you to Bill, and thank you to Al, and thank you to Gary for having me on the show.
Our pleasure.
I really appreciate it. I'm a small guy. I'm a boutique cigar manufacturer, meaning that my cigar isn't very well known throughout the country and throughout the world because it's started out as a small batch and it's remained kind of small batch for a number of years. I started back in 2007, 2008. I got involved with another gentleman who loves cigars. But I got to tell you, the first time I ever had a cigar was in 1995, and I've been smoking ever since. So all those naysayers, oh, cigar smoke is bad for you. Well, I'm
No.
still alive after all these years.
They've
Okay.
actually done research on it.
Yes, they
And
have.
have you seen any of that?
Yes. And in fact, nicotine is actually not an addictive
It's
chemical.
not the nicotine.
Yes.
They looked at cigars because of throat cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they found out that um, one to two cigars a day, no, and slightly more, no measurable risk added for anything.
Correct. Yep.
And it's and I know some guys, some friends of my dad's who had throat cancer and the whole shot, but they chewed them. They always had them in their mouth,
Mm-hmm.
or they chewed tobacco and chewed cigars. I mean, they always had a cigar in their
Yep.
mouth, and you're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
So you don't inhale, Bill Clinton,
Right.
and you don't swallow the spit. I don't, and
Yeah.
you're not gonna have an issue. Cigars are relatively harmless.
They are
And
relatively
being a
harmless. Yeah.
singer, I was concerned about that.
Sure. Well, I was very concerned about it because I was an athlete as a young guy. So I was offered a cigar. We were out on the golf course on the first tee, and it was actually my boss offered me a cigar. It was a Partagas cigar from Cuba, and boy, I got to tell you, that cigar was wonderful. It was the best flavor, best overall experience with that cigar, and that got me kind of into cigars at that point. I've been in the business since 2007, 2008. I'm now producing cigars from a friend of mine who has emigrated from Cuba. His father was from Cuba. I help with him with the actual blending of the cigar. I came up with the cigar band, the idea, and I had some people do the artwork with me and for me.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I got the brand kind of started. And ever since, I've been trying to do this in the Midwest area because I'm from this area. So traveling and expenses of trying to promote a cigar is very costly. So I kind of centered around the first three, states surrounding the area.
Yeah.
So yes, it's a hard go. Uh, it's not an easy thing. So for a period of time, I almost considered it almost like a hobby, really.
Yeah.
Um, but it is a business, and yes, they are available in some stores around the area. You can go to Humidor in Westmont to
Okay.
obtain them. You can go up north to Kenny the King, and there's other places in Michigan that I
Okay.
have in the stores. But this is the best way to promote this is by letting you guys smoke the cigar. If you enjoy it, great. If you don't, okay, no
Is there
problem.
like I got a buddy who's really into cigars. Is there any online retailers? He buys all his stuff online. Is there any online retailers that are handling your cigar?
Not at the present time.
Do any of the stores like the one we talked about earlier in the week, but they have an online presence, I believe. So none of those stores have an online deal we can order through?
No, not at the time. At this time, because what they're doing in their promotion online is a lot of times they'll show the most famous cigars that everybody is kind of familiar with, like a Cohiba
Yeah.
or Monte Cristo or something like
Yeah.
that, and that brings them more success. So
Sure.
a lot of times the difficulty is getting the local retailer to do a little bit of work on their own
All right.
to promote the brand,
So
and
like you and I talked on the phone, we start working on that.
Mhm.
Okay. So cool. I mean, I want to be able to get them. I don't get everything in my life on Amazon, but
Well, you can go to my website,
okay.
monedadecuba.net, or you can just call me from the number that's listed there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll put an order in for you, and we'll ship them out to you.
Okay.
Again, I'm not a retailer, so in the state of Illinois, excuse me, you have to be registered and licensed as a retailer to sell tobacco. Okay, so you have to obtain that license from the state. I haven't done that because I'm a manufacturer. I don't have a store. I sell to the stores. So.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Well, you know, what I suggest is go into your favorite cigar store or smoke shop or whatever and demand them.
Yes.
Just go in there and say, "Do you got Moneda de Cuba? If you don't have them, why not? You know, this is what I want to smoke. You know, you should try them." And I think that's what I'm going to do.
I'll make it easy for you to obtain them. So I'll cut you a nice deal if you give me a call, or you go to my website and there's a section on there where you can make a comment or initiate a contact with me.
Okay.
You can also go to my Facebook page, which is represented as Moneda de Cuba. It's all one word, and it's spelled MONEDADECUBA. So, and I chose the name because it's more of a traditional Cuban style cigar band and a Cuban style cigar, which
Yeah.
is manufactured in the Cuban, what they call the entubado style, which means they have 3 different caps on the end of it, and it's all hand rolled with a filler and a binder leaf, which binds it together. And then you have the outer leaf. So you have all those 3 different combinations and then the cap. So it's
Fantastic.
called the entubado style.
So you have different sizes and you have
Sure.
different tobaccos. Give us a quick rundown on what you got in the boxes.
Sure. In the box right now, I have boxes that contain 20 cigars.
Okay.
And in here I have the Habano Torpedo that you enjoyed so much, and Al, you enjoyed as well.
Oh, that's the ones you gave us before?
Yes.
Okay.
So they come in a box, but right now I'm shipping them mostly in bundles of 25.
Okay.
So if you want a box, you can obtain a box, but you got to pay the retail price for the box, which is approximately $20 more
Gotcha.
than the batch. You know. I also carried over my Petite Torpedo, which I manufactured a couple years back. You guys
That's what we're
are
smoking
right
now.
now.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Good.
love this.
Glad you're enjoying it.
Yes.
And then I also have a box of 12.
Oh, okay. That's a little lighter.
That is
lighter
a
wrap.
Connecticut,
A
which is a
Connecticut?
light.
Okay. Connecticut.
Wrapper.
Yeah.
And then again, I have the Maduro.
So after you eat your chicken, you eat the you smoke the Connecticut. When you eat steak, you smoke the Cuban.
Oh, okay.
And also, when
That's
you
what I
light them
do.
up, you should either light them up with a piece of cedar,
What the hell is that?
and I'll give you a piece of cedar, and then you light it with a match, and it lights up, and you can light the cigar with it.
No way.
Now, torches are nice.
I've never
you know.
seen that.
Torches are nice.
You ever do that?
No,
But sometimes
I've never heard of
I
that.
don't
you
even
hold
use
it too
matches
close,
very
you'll-
much.
you'll
But-
bake the end of it,
I
and
can never-
it might take away from the
I
flavor.
can never keep freaking those stupid fancy ass lighters they try and sell me. I can't ever
Yeah.
keep them going. I fill them, I purge them. The motherfuckers.
Yeah, I
never
just
go.
got a new one not too
I keep
not
running
long
out
ago,
of
but
fluid
it's-
in them anyway.
No shit,
Sorry.
and then you
Yeah.
can never get them right again.
Yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you coming, and we really appreciate you being our first official sponsor here on the podcast.
Well, you're very welcome. And again, thank you guys for having me out.
All right.
I
That's
really
awesome.
want you to enjoy the cigars. So share
Thank
them
you.
with your buddies, and maybe you'll ask them from in the stores. And I
Oh, yeah,
can get
we'll
you
we'll
some
spread the
more.
word. I'll make sure all the information is in the comments, all the time, or in the descriptions, website, phone numbers, and things. So keep that contact out there.
So we want to thank you again, and thanks for making the trek out here. And hopefully, we have a long relationship of you supporting the podcast, and we'll support Moneda de Cuba cigars.
Yep.
All right.
Right on.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you, buddy.
All right, continuing with episode 6 here, we want to thank Chris again for being out here. So this is our plan. We're going to start a series of over the next, I don't know, 6 months or however long it takes to get musicians in here of every instrument, and talk about the nuts and bolts of their craft, and also about the industry and the scene and things like that. Maybe some inside baseball, and we'll cut it up a little bit with some guys. So and we'll do this every couple months. We'll spread it out. So tonight is the singers, of course, because me being a singer, and I don't know shit about anything else. But I picked three guys that I think that are iconic and staples of the music scene for various reasons. And two of the gentlemen been in the scene as long as me or longer, and then one newcomer who is taking it by storm. So we're gonna hear from these guys, and we'll get started on the singers episode. So I know all you bass players and harmonica players are probably gonna fall asleep this, but it's not just gonna be about singing.
Why you got to pick on the
I
harmonica
feel
player?
attacked with that. Yeah.
Grouping with the bass players. So you guys missed my joke about Gary boiling his bass strings, but that comes up every couple episodes. So we got Chris Bobrowski, better known as C-Bob, in contestant number 1, beat Greco, in seat number 2. We're gonna hear from him, and the new guy in the block, Jake Piercin. He's taking the scene. Piercin, right?
Yep.
Piercin. Okay, taking the scene by storm on a couple of his bands. So I want to get you guys in here because as a singer, I respect all three of you big time.
Likewise.
I am not one of these guys. I mean, I know singers are known for having big egos, and I probably have been known to be a big asshole too. But when it comes to that's not what I'm about. I'll always consider myself an amateur. It's a hobby to me, though I take it very seriously, and I've learned my craft over the years, and like like most of us, I'm not classically trained. I am not a very fluid musician, type of thing. I know just enough to get into trouble, in music. And but as far as singing, there's a lot of things I've learned over the years that that it's turned into an interest in me in probably the last 10 years, where I've taken it very seriously, and decided that physically it's a big part of my physical engagement in my body, and how I take care of myself, and all these things are connected. So I wanted, because I know more about singing than playing guitar, or changing tubes on a Mesa Boogie or something shit like that. I don't know. So I want to hear from you guys. First off, what got you in, and how did you decide that? I know probably all of you are probably multi-music or multi-instrument. I know these two are. I don't think I've ever seen a guitar in your
Not
hand.
well enough to do it in front.
Piano.
I'll strum a little bit on the guitar and
Accordion, no hidden
I could play.
talents.
I could play drums and guitar.
So in grade school, I was a clarinet player.
Viola.
Okay, there you go. See, I knew there
Viola,
was something.
actually. Yeah.
I sucked so bad that I started seeing Ted Nugent, and I started playing guitar. I sucked so bad at that my friends handed me a microphone and says, please do something else. And that's when I met Gary and Dimitri and all that other stuff.
Nice.
So,
How old?
16, right?
Yeah, that sounds right.
16. Yeah. I was 16 when I started.
We were still old enough to know better.
Yeah.
It's always the case.
So, I'm going to finish this later because I'm not kidding. Those are killer cigars. I don't know how that guy's not making $1 million making them things because they're freaking good
Gotta
cigars.
spread the word. Got to get them out there.
I know. We're going to work on it. Pete, since you're the veteran, tell us a little bit about, your journey as a singer and a performer in the Chicago area, or if you started somewhere else, we want to hear about that. Tell us about the band you're in now, too.
I was a kid, and yeah, about 8 years old. I wanted to be Elvis Presley. My mother, 8. I listened to a lot of those old 45s, Jerry Lee Lewis, Fats Domino, even the Beach Boys. A lot
Now
of
you
Elvis
are
Presley.
dating yourself.
Pardon me?
You're dating yourself. You know
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, my mother's cousin was married to Elvis Presley's cousin.
No way.
Yes, and she was actually in his suite downtown in Chicago when he was here, and my sister and I were the only two that have been born yet, and Elvis Presley actually held a picture of myself and my sister while my mother was showing him.
Wow. Do you have a photo of that?
I don't have a photo of that,
Wow.
but that's a true story, which is really
believe
cool. I mean, it's Elvis looked at a picture of me.
Half the internet won't believe you, but we believe you.
Yeah, hey, listen, don't try and fact check me. It's people have tried before.
I'm creating that
Anyway.
AI right now.
Yeah. Anyway, I was 15. I was 15 like you, and my buddy down the street. They had a band called Bottom Line, and their singer Joe Mancino was sick, and they started to play. I was just out there hanging out, and they started playing Triumph Late on the Line, and I jumped up, and I grabbed the mic and I started singing.
You knew it? You knew the song,
No,
obviously?
I didn't know anything.
Oh.
Well, I knew the song.
Yeah, you knew the song.
I just started singing.
Right.
And then when I started singing, they all stopped. So I was like apologizing. I thought maybe they were upset that I touched their gear.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm sorry. And they're like, why didn't you tell us you could sing? I go, I can't sing. You just sang Rick Emmett and sounded like Rick Emmett.
Wow.
Why didn't you tell us? Are you serious? And I didn't think anything of it. I thought, everybody could do it. I was kind of, naive. I didn't think I had anything special. And they gave me a list of songs and said, go home, learn them. Came back next week and there were a bunch of girls at the practice. And when I was done with the practice, they all wanted to talk to me.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a rock star.
There you go.
That was the start.
Yeah.
And then, it was all original. I'm not trying.
So how long did your hair get?
Probably down to my waist.
Really?
Yeah, very, very long, curly.
If you have a picture of that, you got to send that to.
I have a lot of pictures of that.
Okay, we need to post that.
With Nick Cox in some of those pictures.
Oh God, Nick Cox is Seventh Heaven now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Okay.
He dated my cousin at 19, and
Nice.
I actually discovered Nick Cox.
Oh, okay.
Brought him into the music scene, and then when we lost our guitar player, I brought Nick Cox into theater. And Richie from Seventh Heaven used to come and see theater. God, Richie, Tyler,
Man.
Tyler Holcomb.
yeah, Guy Dominic, all those younger guys, they all used to come. They were big fans of mine in theater. And they used to come out to the Whale to see us play. And
The Whale.
yeah,
Right.
the Whale. And
Wow.
I did the original thing for a while. And then around 29 years old, my sister passed. And I had, toured. We were signed. John Brewer out of London managed us. We were on the Warrant tour. I'm in front of 10,000 people a night, opening, playing songs that I wrote. Sony Records is looking to sign us. And then Nirvana happened.
Yeah.
And hair bands went away. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go home and get on with my life. I want more out of life. And that was it. And I met my wife, didn't tell her I could sing.
Did you already have a career then of some kind?
I was
outside of music.
Yeah, I was a union painter.
You were a painter.
I was a union painter, so I could always come back, update my card,
Okay.
and and earn top dollar. So I never had a problem, with that.
Okay.
Come off the road. Didn't tell my wife when I met her that I could sing, because you meet a lot of girls if you could sing, but she was kind of special to me, so I knew
when
it right
you're
away.
young, you always have angles.
Well,
You always
no,
have angles, and then
no, this was
you
different.
lose the angles when you
Yeah,
get
I
older.
think back in the day though, like the Thirsty Whale days, bands wanted to like have that
Rockstar life.
like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
image, like they're all available,
Right.
Because
Right.
that's because
It
they
took
thought
on a
more
life of
girls
its own.
would come to
Yeah, it
see
did.
you
Yeah.
if they thought you were
Yeah.
single or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I played the game back then, but
Gotcha.
when my sister had passed, I was looking at life differently. I met her, and for some reason, I was like, "That's the one." Day of, at an R concert, by the way, at
Really?
Extremes on the South Side.
Nice.
Where?
Extremes,
159th
man.
and
The
Central.
the old Extremes.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
At an R show, and we dated. I didn't tell
Wait a
her.
minute. What year is this?
Well, we're married 30 years. This past February,
92, 93?
so the year before 30 years.
31. So that'd be 95.
There you go.
Okay. I might have been at that. I might have been in that room too.
Yeah, yeah. I actually sang that night.
Did you?
I walked up there, and Ronnie put the mic in front of me.
Yeah.
He didn't know who I was.
It was the last time I saw Ronnie with Ara. Because he was about 2-3 years later, 5 years later, that he moved on, right? Wasn't?
No, he was in and out of Ara for years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was in and out of Ara for years. So,
I don't think I went and saw them after that. Maybe that was it. But I was in the room that night.
yeah.
That's
so was
cool.
I.
That's cool.
It is pretty
That's
cool.
wild.
So, threw my hat in the cover band world. Thought I was going to reinvent the wheel. We were doing the Zombies, picking Cinnamon Girl.
Really?
Played with Dave Urich.
Dave.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw him this weekend.
yeah. Just, and then one night I was like, hey, you guys, we're working on Living on a Prayer just for fun. We didn't think anything of it. And we're O'Malley's on the South Side, and there's 50 people there, and they can give a shit what we were playing.
Right.
And we played Living on a Prayer, and the whole room just stopped
Really?
and turned and started running up and singing the song. And I'm like, maybe we should try a few more of these. So we added Here I Go Again and Pour Some Sugar. And, before you knew it,
The birth of the Fest band.
the birth of the Lounge Puppets.
Wow.
That was the birth of the Lounge
That was the birth
Puppets.
of the Lounge Puppets. Yeah.
Wow.
We didn't know what we were, we didn't know what we were going to do, but the Lounge Puppets did,
Okay.
we were doing fucking Pearl Jam.
You
know?
guys have done a lot of different stuff. You've covered
Yeah.
the gamut.
Yeah. Yeah. Pearl Jam, not my forte.
I think I saw you guys at Sean Cayley's, and Bill still had short hair. That's how long ago.
He had
I
the
saw
buzz
you.
cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever
Bill
seen- I
Dixon
didn't know him
actually
like
came out to try out for the band because we had Russ Kroll. It was Rick Kroll and Russ Kroll were the original
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
rhythm section. And Bill Dixon comes out to try out for the band. And I go, well, what do you want to do? And Rick must have known. He goes, hey, let's play Good Times, Bad Times. So they start playing Good Times, Bad Times, right? And he just boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, yeah, he's in. It was one song. And I'm like, yeah, he's in.
awesome.
I could
Yeah.
tell right away.
Bill's a man.
And then when he sang the Metallica,
Secret Story.
just fucking around, I'm like, yeah, that's all you,
That's
buddy.
you.
So from the start of Lounge Puppets, you were off and running.
Yeah.
You found your groove, and you built it from there. Awesome.
Yeah.
Chris, how about you?
Oh, man. I was born a poor black child.
I was waiting.
so-
I knew that was coming.
I'm in the phone book.
Exactly. He's his kid.
Somebody now.
So I actually started, my music journey started when I was a kid. My mother loved show tunes. So anything, Paint Your Wagon, Hair, Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah,
I
my
have
mother too.
It occupies a certain part of my brain that will never go away. So that got me interested in that, but I didn't understand. I was like, still
Was she
single digits.
also an ABBA fan? I noticed
sure she
mothers that
was.
were into the show also were big ABBA fans.
My mom loved everything from Kiss
Yeah.
to ABBA.
and
it didn't matter.
Reddy. Yeah.
Yes. So
It's my mom.
But,
Exactly the same.
so
I actually started out on drums. I've dabbled in keyboards, but I started on
Really?
drums. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So a high school band, I taught myself. So I taught myself how to play left-handed, waist up, right-handed, waist down. And I had my first kit was a Remo
With
PTS
pants on,
kit
though, right?
with pants on
Okay.
most of the time. But my kit was a Remo PTS, and PTS said for pre-tuned set. There wasn't lugs; it was over latches. So every once in a while they pop off, and you hear boom on there. It was horrible. I had a cymbal stand that hung from the ceiling because I didn't have enough. Anyway, that was a short 6 months. Yeah, I can go on for an hour about that.
About as long as my clarinet career.
Yeah. And I did do viola and cello in high school, but not really much of it. But I started playing bass. So a friend of mine, his name's
what
George
age?
Mosley, at 16, 17.
Okay.
He had a bass and he was struggling with it, and I picked it up and it just came easy to me. I could understand it a little bit, probably from my cello training and stuff. But
Well, and drums too. 'cause
Cello
you
training?
had you
cello
did-
training, yes. Yeah, say that
Cello
3 times
training.
fast.
Cello training, cello training, cello training.
Very good. Good job. I can't do that.
seashell
But anyway,
on
so
seashore.
we started I started hanging out with the guys, 2 guys in my neighborhood, Paul Martin and this kid from St. Louis that he flew up there for his original band, Scott Bond. And they had a band called On the Rocks, and their bass player really didn't show up. So after me watching the band and hang out with these guys for 6 months, I said, "Can I jump in and try?" And since I'd been there so long, I knew their catalog. It wasn't really that complex, but that came from just a love of being accepted by my friends, love the attention of it, and Steve Harris and Billy Sheehan. So
Yes.
yes,
Amen.
exactly.
Man,
So
Sheehan.
so I started playing bass in a couple bands. And I played bass in a band called Core. I'm jumping ahead a lot.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's probably I'm 21, 22. And Core did a bunch of 90s cover songs and stuff like that. And a lot of the people that were in this band, 3 people of note, Jennifer Remus, Jeff Klaproth,
Oh, yeah.
and a guy named Freddie Stammer.
So
who
what
came
was
from-
the area? What suburbs were you guys kind of?
This
based out
was
of?
in Schaumburg.
Schaumburg.
Yep. And I was still living in the city, northwest side.
Okay.
So they were starting to get bored with this stuff. They said, let's do some 80s songs in this. It's all 90s. I'm like, nah, no one wants to hear this. Let's just learn this Creed tune. We'll be fine. So they started forming a band, and they said, do you want to sing for this? I'm like, I don't want to sing that. I think that's just passe. I don't want to sing 80s stuff. So they started a band. They needed a bass player. They asked me if I wanted to play bass. And I said, I'm sorry, I skipped a step. I jumped from bass to singing in Core, just because I never sang before and wanted to try that. So shortly after that, they started another band. They asked if I wanted to play bass. I said, absolutely not. Who's your singer? Paul Martin. No, I hate that guy. I'm not going to do it. I was in a band with him. And if it wasn't for Paul, I wouldn't be in this. Actually, it wasn't for Pete, I wouldn't be in this, because I remember seeing him and Nick Cox at the Gateway Theater in theater.
Wow.
And
Gateway
I'm like, wow,
Theater.
that's cool. I think I want to do that. And I think I was at 2:00 show one time when you guys were playing. Anyway, 10:00. But anyway, yeah. So they said, you want to play bass? I said no. They started a band that was called Hairbangers Ball. So
Oh, that's when that's.
that's when it came from Core.
What year is that?
Ooh, math.
Take a stab.
I want to say 93, 94 is when Core started.
Okay.
Sorry, no, it was 96. So they wanted to start that, and I'm sorry, 98. So I'll jump around.
Do we have a 99?
We don't. So they started it around that time, or started dabbling in it in 2001 when it actually became something for it. Hairbangers Ball. And their first show, I went to it, and I'm sitting front row. I'm watching every guys. They got the costumes, the outfits. They have pyro back then because it wasn't illegal yet. And I'm looking to my left and look to my right, and I'm like, fuck, I missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
So 6 months later, their bass player decides to leave town. And they said, do you want to sub for a while until we find a guy? So I jumped up at the same place I saw him. It was at Joe's Live in Chicago. And the guitarist, Freddie, says, you know what? We're not going to let you off this stage with your legs intact unless you join this band. So I joined the band. I did a 7-year stint with them. And then got out of that when my daughter was born. My daughter was born in 2007. Because one of the things we were talking outside earlier is that family is exceptionally important to me, and I didn't want to miss this. Honestly, I didn't know if I can even have kids until this, so I wanted to take full on attention for that. So I was separated from her mother. So I wanted what time I had, little time I had with her, I wanted to spend time with her. So I toned down what I was doing as far as frequency, but I started up a couple other different bands. I was singing in a band called Bag Lady. I was singing, playing a bass in a smaller band, original band called Loophole. But then I started seeing my friends in FNR and said, I think I want to do something closer to this, where I want to kind of make things of my own. So I kind of put down
original.
No, it was. I'm sorry. They were a rock band. FNR standard for fucking rock, but Dave Ensign was representing them. Didn't like that, so he shortened it to FNR. And that's where I met
Good band.
the band. Yeah, I met my best friend Jet, who's his bass player now, but he's my bass player and other stuff.
Oh yeah.
And from that we
But he's
started.
my bass player now.
What's that?
But he's my bass player now.
He's my bass player too. Anyway, we'll fight later.
I'll put up a ring.
So we, what we did is we started a Soundgarden tribute called Super Unknown. That branched into a Pearl Jam tribute because of absence of what we had from there. We actually then branched off to another one, a Faith No More tribute. And then we actually are going to be doing another one, which is Alice in Chains. We actually might merge everything together, but it just comes from a love of that music.
Sounds
stuff.
like the funnel effect.
It does, right?
You to that.
And I just like to stay busy is one of the main things you can come away with that. And then lastly, I joined Rock Brigade, which is a Def Leppard tribute. So there's 6 bands.
Now,
Don't tell my wife.
Wait a minute now. The first time I saw you, maybe not the first time, but the first time I seen
I'm
you
sure I skipped
perform
something.
was a band called X Factor.
Oh God, yeah, I was playing bass in that. I skipped over that.
Yeah, you
So
skipped
I was
over
at
that. You didn't
X
even mention it.
Factor, and Jet was in Rock You, and then somehow we traded places.
Really?
Yes. So X Factor with Taryn DePablos, right?
Yeah.
I remember. So funny
So
story.
that's the first time that I had seen and heard him.
Where was that? Do you remember?
Was that Cheers?
Okay, Cheers. That's right. I think that was the show where Taryn, who's got a very thick accent, doesn't hear it when he's singing, but when he's talking,
Yes.
he's like, "We want to thank everyone for coming to our show." And I would go to my microphone and say, "Our singer, we really like to thank you for coming to our show."
But
Our next song is going to be this. Our next song is going to be this. Why do you keep doing that? I go, nobody can understand you. You need to speak slower. No. They need to listen faster. So, yes, I love Taryn and very happy that you guys are playing with him.
Yeah,
So-
we could do a whole episode.
Oh my
on
God,
why
yes.
that guy's.
He should be someone that's a
He's
guest
awesome.
here eventually. Yeah.
So I saw that show, and I remember you singing a lot of backups, and
Yep.
I think you sang lead on a couple songs.
Mhm.
And the versatility of Taryn, it was, that blew me
Yeah.
away. And obviously, I seen him in other things, and that's why he's the first guy and the only guy I went to when I was ready to leave Made Chicago. If anyone could professionally step into that realm, I knew it would be him.
Yeah.
Not because of him sounding like, Iron Maiden,
But
or
his
Bruce Dickinson,
versatility and professionalism. Right.
but his character and his professionalism on stage. But I saw the same thing in you, and I remember that. And so I've always kind of followed you. And then, of course, we've run into each other so many times and done different things. We have a lot of mutual friends.
Yeah, we do.
And but X Factor, that was a powerhouse band, man.
It was fun. So it came
I don't
out
know
of
why you guys didn't keep that together.
So it came out of ashes of Hairbangers Ball because Hugo was in Hairbangers Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Len had left Infinity and wanted to do something. So we just started and made rock versions of all of our songs.
Right.
So, and just came out of fun. But you know what? Of every
You
band,
guys played everything. in
we
that
played
band.
everything. But it got tiresome and we just very redundant. And we wanted to, one of the things you mentioned about, I want to come back to you mentioning saying that you consider yourself an amateur. I think we all consider ourselves amateurs in the sense that
Sure.
we should always be striving to learn. I don't consider myself a professional because I always feel there's something I can still learn. And if you don't do that,
Single most important thing about anything in
Yeah.
life.
otherwise you
is
become
always continue to learn.
because otherwise you
and
get
seek.
complacent and you get lazy, and that's one of the things that drives me crazy.
I'm still
And-
learning how to be married, but that's a whole nother.
But my point is that X Factor kind of got redundant, so we kind of got bored of it, and we weren't learning anything from it. So we moved on. It was fun. It was definitely fun.
Did you and Hugo leave at the same time?
No,
Oh,
I left first because of my daughter, and I think Hugo left about a year and a half or 2 years afterwards. because he was getting bored. And Hairbangers, honestly, it was a grueling schedule. I remember that in the summers, we would do Thursday nights, Friday nights, Saturday morning, Saturday night, Sunday mornings, or Sunday afternoon, Sunday nights. Got to the point where, well, in
It seems
Hairbangers,
like
we had.
you don't see them out as much now.
No,
They've
well,
softened.
and there's reasons for that because they want to keep their longevity. But we
Yeah.
had 2 singers at one point. We had another band. We were trying to franchise it into Hairbangers too, and
Cool.
yeah. So it was okay, but it was difficult to manage something
Being
from
on
afar.
that, man. I want to be.
so
I want to
funny
be the
'cause
metal version.
I remember because I would see you guys. So again, like you guys would come down and play when I was in
It
college.
was pretty
at
much
ISU.
Thursday through Sunday. You were
And-
constantly booked, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And like it would be either Vic Vox or then there was the other singer.
Tyler Holcomb. Yes,
And then because then I would be like, oh, it's a different one this time.
and we didn't tell people because people would honestly like one or the other. They wouldn't come to a show if the person they liked.
wow.
Yeah.
But it got grueling. And the one lesson I learned from all that is you got to keep yourself happy. You got to keep yourself challenged. And
Yeah.
that's the reason why I'm in 5.5 bands right now. Don't tell my wife there's 6
All right.
ones
Well,
on the
we're
way.
gonna get into that
Yeah,
soon.
yeah.
What's the 6th one?
I said the Alice in Chains thing.
All right. So, Jake, tell us how you started off things.
All right.
Like it was probably like last week, but
God, I wish.
I didn't go there yet.
So essentially got into singing. I did choir and things like that. Like I was in musicals in high school.
okay. In high school, junior high and high school, or just
Junior high and high
school?
school, did all that stuff. So I was a theater kid. That's what I was gonna do professionally originally. And then
Really?
when I went to college, yeah, like I wanted to. I heard Phantom of the Opera,
Mhm.
and I was like, hell yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be the Phantom. Like so, it was that I was already into. I'd gotten into metal and like hard rock, particularly the '80s stuff.
Yeah.
So during my formative years, new metal was super popular. So then I always say my punk rock was like 80s metal
Sure.
and like true metal because like everybody else like oh the Chord and Deftones and I was like pfft. And I was like, nah, look at this guy wearing eyeliner. Shit, that's better. Like, so, yeah, that was my thing. So, and I could own it, right? Like that was the thing because nobody else was.
But you
super
started,
into
I
it.
mean, right away. You just right off the bat, vocalist.
So-
that was your number one instrument, or did you have some stuff on the
I
back
actually, so I played
'Cause you
both
play everything.
trombone and guitar. I played guitar really young, like 6, but then I played acoustic guitar, and wherever I was going for lessons, like apparently didn't know how to adjust instruments because the action was sky high and it used to like just shred my fingers. So I got so frustrated with it, I stopped playing until I got to about 7th or 8th grade. And then I just was like, I want to play guitar again.
Cool.
So then I just picked it up. And then that was kind of more my thing, honestly, was like I was going to be a guitar player. I was a guitar player. And then the more I got into singing, people gravitated more to me being the singer.
Yeah.
To where that's where.
And then you walked into Players, and Mike Krupowitz said, "Yeah."
So Mike snagged you, huh? Is that how that started?
That's the story I got.
Okay.
I mean, basically, like I played in bands. So I'm originally from the Starved Rock area.
Okay.
So I played like. So back then, like LaSalle, Peru had like a pretty good music scene.
Right.
Like there used to be like Fridays and Saturdays, like clubs would be packed down there.
Really?
So yeah, like I would go and people would sneak me in and I'd go and I'd get up and I'd sing a couple songs with them. Like I'd go do like Danzig Mother and things like that. And then they'd be like, okay. And then I could go stand in the back and then it'd be like, okay, enough, like go leave.
Yeah. Wow.
Because I was like maybe like, like 17 at the time. And then, yeah, I got my degrees.
Where'd you go to school?
ISU. So
Okay.
I went, got my bachelor's, my master's degree, taught college for like 5 years.
What'd you get your degree in? If you don't mind?
So my bachelor's degree
Hairstyling.
is broadcast journalism is my undergraduate, and then my master's is mass communication.
So you
Nice.
young snaps out there, you can be a college educated person
Plan
and
B is
a
important.
metalhead.
Right?
You don't have to
Plan B.
take the path of most of us.
Right.
That,
You could fly a commercial jetliner too.
really.
Big old jet airliner.
I can back my car out of the driveway. Once in a while, I hit Gary's garbage cans.
Yeah.
And so,
Once.
but yeah, but then I got back into it. Played in bands around that area. Played in bands around East Peoria, mostly original stuff.
Really, mostly original.
Yep.
So, did Witchhammer, your original gig, did that come pre the cover bands that you created now?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
so that started first.
Oh yeah, like I've been playing with Tyler Mustard, my guitar player. He's in, both my original band and in two of my cover / tribute bands. I've been playing with him for like 15 years.
So, for those of you who don't know Jake and don't know why he's sitting here, when Gary invited me into Hard Rock Radio and we relaunched that, or maybe it might have been when I was in Middle Rage, I can't remember. We did a show at probably the Beaver, one of those. Or no, it was at what's that place that closed? The big place.
Oh, Brower House.
Brower House. It was Middle Raged, Brower House, and
Wild Child.
Yeah, you performed with the Wasp tribute band that you front, and that's your band. You started that band? You
Yeah,
and
that
Mike?
was me, Mike, and
Wild Child.
Yep.
Nice.
And I never knew. I mean, I'm not a big Wasp guy, vocally or musically.
I am.
Okay, I know you, but
It ain't easy to
not
do.
the
I'm
point.
with you, Garrett.
Not the point. But the point I'm trying to make is someone that has the freaking balls to get up there and sing that stuff. Kudos to you,
Agreed.
because it is not, from a vocal standpoint, not easy.
Thank you.
And you, I mean, and you were strong the whole night. You had a great performance. You had a great presence. You just nailed it. And so,
Not to mention, I've seen him some nights do that and then do
yeah,
Skid Row.
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
That's crazy.
But I mean, just to be able to pull that off, and you had the look, you had the costume going on. You're definitely made a legitimate product out of it, and I noticed those kinds of things. If you're gonna be in a fest band or like the type of thing Pete does, be the best at that. Own that market. But what you were trying to do is something that I've dabbled in too when I was in Revelations and Made in Chicago, is to take on that persona a little bit and perform like the people that are not musicians and don't really care about that stuff. They just remember their favorite video from MTV of Wasp performing this song and whatever shape of guitar he was playing and what kind of, handcuffs or where the fuck the guy's playing, and when you grab that and you notice that, and then you can portray that in a tribute band, and you can get that done, you're writing your ticket. At least in our market. I can't speak for other markets. Maybe you guys can fill me in on that. But in this market, and that's what I saw that, and I'm like, this guy's different. This guy's different. And you had the voice to match. And then he comes out and announces a Skid Row tribute band. And I'm like, all right. Now he's just showing off. Because I've dabbled in a little bit of Sebastian Bach, and it's not fun. It's challenging.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, then you play both bands in the same night. Now, I've seen some of those videos. Yeah. You probably didn't talk much the next day. And I would advise you not to do that again from a vocal standpoint, if you want your voice to last. But I mean, just to do that and to have the confidence of doing that. And even if, and I know like you guys will back me up on this, you don't always feel 100%. Maybe you did a long gig the night before. Maybe
How
you a little
many
sick.
times do you feel
100%.
100%?
Rarely.
I don't even
I
know
don't.
if
Rarely.
there's ever there might be a show where you're like, all right, what's happening here? Everything is just so working perfectly.
Right.
Something's not right.
Right.
Wait for the
Yeah.
shoe to fall.
So if you
And you
feel
don't know,
100%,
and you
think
don't know what it
something's
is.
not right.
But to do a whole set of Wasp and turn around and do a whole set of Sebastian Bach. Wait a minute. Time out. who is this guy? So, I've been following you and I watch as many videos and I've seen you play a couple times. And it's inspiring. It's inspiring
Thank you.
for other singers and other musicians because you're playing a musical instrument. You're playing bass, right?
Oh no, I play guitar.
Oh, you play guitar. Okay. But is it? Okay. So, and you're also singing. So there's not a lot of guys doing that. There's not a lot of guys pulling off those songs vocally to begin with, and then you're a showman on top of it. So it's you're doing a real good job.
Thank you.
You're making an impact on the scene, and I think it's awesome. So what would you say has been the most rewarding for you now that you've been doing this for a while? You're sitting here at the Metal Office podcast with the relics of the scene. But I mean, like, what?
Hey, you shut up,
Oh!
snapper!
Get off my lawn, stupid cloud.
I'm gonna smack you with my cane.
I just came here for my ball.
Yeah,
Right.
and he had a cigar with us. So I mean,
You have stuff
like,
you
what
back in the day,
what
like
have you
people.
learned? What have you learned, and what would you say that's like made you like say, okay, now I need to focus on this, or what about the scene or certain clubs, or what have you learned in general already, being both in having Witchhammer and the two dominant tribute bands that you have?
So, first and foremost, the thing about original music these days is you do it because you love it. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like that's for me going back to the theater kid aspect.
And I think
of-
that's true in most markets.
Yeah, like the whole theater kid aspect of me. Like I always tell people, like, because I was diehard, like I only did original music for longest.
Well, wait a
time,
minute.
right?
Did you ever pursue any theater work
I
down the
did
road?
not really
Because
professionally.
we're gonna have to get some video of that.
Because I did. I had like my senior year of high school, I was Jean Valjean in Les Miserables at my high school.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And then I actually got, based on that, and then like auditioning, I actually got a partial theater scholarship to Lewis, because that's what I was gonna do. And then I took a theater class at my junior college, and then the guy was basically like, "You're gonna wait tables, and you're gonna." So
Right.
basically, I was like, "Well, shit, I'm getting degreed and
And
not
tribute
make
bands
any
are
money."
making $1,500 a night, so do the math.
So it was one of those things to where then it was like, well, what's the point of getting a degree in something that
Right.
I'm not going to make any money to do?
So what have you learned since you've dabbled in the scene now for a little while?
So,
Because your view of it is going to be different than maybe my view or Pete's view or Chris's view.
one of the biggest things for me, like, I know Chris touched on it earlier, is that for me, like, I don't like to stagnate. I like to keep pushing myself. Like that was one of the reasons why I did the Skid
Well, I would
Row
say
thing.
you're doing that if you're
Yeah,
doing both those
absolutely.
bands in one night.
Like that's because it's all about, it made me work on my vocal control. Like
Yeah.
that was one of the big things. The first show I ever did with that, it was at oh my gosh, the Piazza. And I went out there and like I just pushed way too hard,
Sure.
blew my voice out, and I was like, well, I can't keep doing that.
Is that the Wasp show? Or was that a
No,
Wild
that
Child?
was the first Wild Child show.
Okay.
So that was the
Wow.
first one, to where like I went out and I was just like, by the end of it, I was basically probably croaking.
Didn't you do your first with the Skid Row? What's the name of that band?
Youth Gone Wild.
Youth Gone Wild. Did you do your first initial Youth Gone Wild show at Piazza too?
Yes.
Okay, I was there for that
Yep.
one.
Yep. That was that
I've
first
seen video
one.
of that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
To where like that was the first one from the outset, and that's
I was a fan. I was front row.
the thing.
Chris,
The
just so
thing
you know.
that band really humbled me a lot with, to where then it was like vocal control.
Yeah.
Like that was where, and being able to transition between like head voice and like, from my diaphragm,
Uh-huh.
and being able to do that cleanly.
Yeah.
Right. So that way then I'm not at 10 the whole time, to where then to hit some of those notes. So that's where I sat there and I wood shopped that
Yeah.
for a while. But that's what makes you grow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
To where then if I could do it like that, then it's like, where's the growth in that?
Yeah.
And that's the thing too. Like another thing that I pushed myself recently is that I did a show and I sang and played Youth Gone Wild at the same time on guitar. So
Wow.
then it's like, you keep pushing yourself. Right.
Mhm.
And that's
Is it hard to play and sing at the same time?
It was. I
Because
never.
I like practice at home sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I'm so glad nobody's here.
Well, that's the thing. So it goes back to like growing up
Like
and
my guitar playing.
how I even learned I could like do any of the high stuff, right? I grew up out in the country.
Right.
You know, I was like a farm kid. So I'd be out there doing my chores, you know, trying to sing along with Skid Row songs at the top of my voice.
So I have a question for all three of you. If you could sing one singer in a tribute band, who would it be?
I already am Chris Cornell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God bless
As
you.
am I, Steve Perry.
Wow.
Yeah.
What about
Man,
you?
I don't know.
See, you
If I
haven't
could-
found that yet. There's going to be something down the road for you that you haven't found yet, probably.
You know,
because I think that happens.
You're starting
for
a new
us,
band
too.
firm, is what you're doing.
the
I
the
just told them Twisted Sister.
Yeah,
he did.
Listen
He
to me.
did outside.
Yes, it's great
But
stuff.
Dee Snyder's not even Twisted Sister now.
That's true.
Doesn't matter.
Sebastian Bach.
Doesn't
So-
matter.
Snyder will
so actually-
always be Twisted Sister.
Yeah. Right.
The one that actually like that, like even though it would make no money, but I would enjoy a lot.
Kind of like my Dream Theater thing.
Lizzie
Three
Borden.
guys.
you said it.
Lizzie Borden, nice.
Lizzie Borden for me.
Oh,
Like-
Lizzie
notorious.
Borden?
Lizzie Borden.
Oh yeah.
Terror on the Town.
Like that's
Give me
like
some-
Menace
Raven.
to Society? Are you
Raven.
kidding me?
love
Lizzie
you to
Borden,
pieces
great
is one of my
song,
favorite
by the way.
albums.
Yeah.
Like it's a
about
combination
Grim
of like
Reaper?
Maiden and
Lizzie Borden
Alice
was
Cooper.
glam, but power metal.
Yeah.
They
Oh
were so
no,
cool.
great, great song.
Like Rod of Iron. Like
Yep.
yeah.
True story.
So that's the thing. I would love to. That's where one of these days, that's what I want to bring out one of those songs, either Psychopath
just
or.
for fun.
Yeah, exactly.
All
like
right,
Me
cool.
Against the World. Like, so
Time
that'd
to
just be
go
for
on the dark
funsies.
side.
I got one thing I wanted to comment on. I'm listening to you, and I'm listening to you saying, you know, you blew your voice out one day. You're like, I couldn't talk, right? So I dealt with that like years back. Or like, you know, I'm holding myself back because I'm worried about, you know, 8 days of 8 shows singing
Yeah.
3
Always
hours
in
a
the
night.
back of your mind.
Right, right.
And I got to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to make it home from the gig. I'm going out, belting it out.
Mhm.
And it's been my philosophy ever since then. I wake up some mornings after 5 3-hour nights in a row, and especially in the summer, I have no voice. And then I get up
It's there.
and there I am. I'm fucking hitting the screaming still of the night. And it's like, don't understand where it came from.
Yeah.
I'm just
I have to say, I've gotten the call, not to take things away from Jake, but I've gotten a call from him. Hey, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. Dave's show. Hey, I'm fine. So I'm getting ready, and then even one point I'm standing on the side of you guys, ready to sing. You're like, and you called me up for a song. I was ready to do the whole show because you couldn't do it.
All right, so let's
and I
get-
called him because
We can get into
The
weeds about
insecurity,
singing a little
and I
bit.
get that too. I
no,
understand that.
I called you because you were the guy that I knew that was going to deliver the way that it needed to be
Yeah, of course,
delivered.
I didn't get the
for-
call.
if I wasn't going to be there.
He didn't know.
Let
who
me
I
tell
was.
you something.
He didn't know who it was. He
Let me-
told me before.
Bill,
the-
Bill,
I don't
you're
know,
getting
who
the
the hell
call.
is this guy?
Bill, just come out to a show and get up with me.
Nah.
It's all good.
I did. You let me sing Renegade at.
Oh, cool.
Remember that?
And you fucking
he didn't
killed
even
it.
know me.
You fucking killed it.
Yeah, and who? Gerbert said.
I'm
"Hey,
standing
let
on.
him
I'm
sing,
standing
let
on
him
the
sing."
side. You're doing Queen of the Reich, and I'm sitting there going, "Fuck yeah!" Is that too loud? Did I?
No, I don't
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
So okay, so getting into the weeds about vocals a little bit, and you get people who are not singers or people who wonder who see these bands and see these guys perform. Your body being an instrument. I mean, you got to warm up your fingers and your hands for guitar and whatever bass players do, and
Frank.
Bill
and
attacked again.
and drummers do their thing. But singers, it's completely different. And, I have noticed, I have changed everything about my life for many reasons, singing being one of them. And my age and my health became more important to me a few years ago. So I shed a bunch of weight. I stopped eating certain foods. I did tons of research on hydration, nutrition, and athletic performance. And I learned a lot of things. And it translated into me being a better singer.
Oh yeah.
But I want to hear from Pete. What is some of the most important things you've learned as you've age, not only as a person, but age as a singer, because you've got so many shows under your belt. And there's tricks to the trade, obviously, and you touched on being able to bounce back after many 3-hour nights, which I just did a back-to-back thing with Made Chicago, and then
Hard Rock Radio.
Hard Rock Radio, where I was concerned about the next day, and I was able to sing. I wasn't 100%, but years ago, I probably wouldn't have been able to do that because I wasn't in tune with what makes the voice tick.
Well, that's it right there. The second night, I'm sure when you didn't feel like you were 100%, it was only you that was feeling it. The crowd was listening to your performance and you were nailing it. But you knew it was more difficult than it usually is to get it out. It's not coming out as natural.
And you have to manipulate differently.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you find your way. And it's always like that, especially for me with chronic postnasal drip. I've got such a heavy excess. For me, it's water. I don't take any medication. I don't eat before a show.
You don't take like a Claritin or some kind of allergy?
No, because
daily.
So anything with a
I found that to be a lifesaver.
What is it? Decongestant?
Yeah.
Excuse me. See, I'm always clearing my throat. Anything with a decongestant, it is bad for you.
Right.
Because a decongestant, it will definitely dry up your sinuses. But what it does is it dries the mucus on your vocal cords. So you can't maneuver around
and can't clear it.
So you never want to put yourself in a situation where my sinuses are nice and clear, but whatever mucus was there, it's not coming off.
Yeah, I haven't.
Normally when you could sing and you're like, and then you go and you belt out your note. One of the new songs we started doing in vinyl is Under Pressure.
Oh, wow.
Well, I've got the Freddie Mercury parts. That scream is insane. It's like the Dream On scream.
Yeah.
And it's like
It's chest ahead, yeah.
You've got to be able to just go out there, and if you don't know your instrument, you're not going to be able to hit it. But
right.
you probably experienced more on your end than they hear it, because I'm sure your performance was good. The audience doesn't know you were having a difficult time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
but
exactly.
For you, it's just that feeling of like, I really I gotta push to get this out when I normally don't.
And that's where the confidence things come from.
Yeah, absolutely. The insecurity versus confidence.
All three of you guys, and myself included, we've all have a level of confidence that there's a lot of our friends, I don't think, and I'm not going to obviously say any names, but there's people you can tell when they're on stage, they've been doing it a long time, but they don't project in the way that I think that we've learned to grasp and take over a crowd or overcome something, either vocally or with equipment or some or bad sound man, whatever the case may be. So, and that's what I've learned to take steps for. But back to the hydration and postnasal thing. This is what I found. So, because of all the years of doing revelations and then taking a break and then going into Made in Chicago, there was a lot of, obviously, the Bruce Dickinson thing. And I honed the craft and I learned it, and I basically have the natural similar style of singing, the way I breathe, the way I resonate the notes. That's natural. It's shaping it and stuff like make it sound like somebody. The color is what makes the Bruce Dickinson or anybody else. But I would drink gallons of water because I was told hydration. But I would get on stage and I would drink, literally 8-10 bottles of water starting 5 to 6 hours before show. And I still felt half hour to an hour into the show that I wasn't vocally hydrated. I still felt thirsty. I shouldn't feel thirsty. So obviously doing some research, come to find out, because I had switched during the process to purified water. There's nothing in purified water to hydrate you. Oh. It's just wet.
Huh.
Yeah. Who would have known?
No.
So, little chemistry lesson. When you take purified water and put it in your body, when you're your internal organs find that, there's nothing to extract out of it. The hydration doesn't come from the water; it comes from the minerals and crap that's in the water. So I started using hydration products.
Right.
Right about the time we started talking about this theater of dreams thing. And this is post surgery for me. So I had vocal surgery 5 years ago. Mostly I was just worn out. I was tore up. I had both sides of my vocal cords were calloused. So they took a laser and they just burned off the leading edge of both sides. It took 30 years off my voice.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was a big help. But it enables me to do what I do today. But I'm able to take that now and learn how to apply it to singing that fresher voice. But the hydration, as soon as I switched and I still do purified water, but I'll start 5 to 6 hours before or that morning of, and I'll start adding things. Mountain Ops, one of the top hydration products out there, very clean, very healthy. And I'll drink a big gallon of thing. And I'll do that. I work out a lot now. So I'll get up in the morning, I'll get on the treadmill, I'll start with the Mountain Ops. And all that stuff you talk about, and I'm not talking about it will help you completely, because I also have allergies, but I take an allergy pill every day, 365 days a year.
Oh,
Okay. I'll stop for 2 weeks because you can get acclimated, and I'll start back up again.
do you have phlegm that gets in the way?
I did.
Okay.
But when I switched the way I hydrate and I stayed consistently on the allergy pill, and I stopped eating red sauce,
Yeah.
goodbye,
The acid,
all that mucus.
acidity of that.
Yeah.
So I've done some of my best James Labrie work with a fever and a cold, because it changes where it resonates. But I'm able to manipulate that. But changing to hydration products, hours and hours and hours, the whole day. I'd work out, I'd get on a treadmill, I drink that, then I have bottles of water, which I put Mio Hydrate in, and I'll start like pumping iron or whatever for an hour and a half. So now I'm 2 hours into a workout. I'm hydrated. So then I go do my hour and a half vocal workout. And it's like butter, baby.
Nice.
I can literally sing anything. I mean, the best performances are in our basements, right?
Of course.
Or in our
your
cars.
yeah,
Yeah.
your
Bathroom.
steering wheel.
When no
Literally
one's there, yeah.
sing anything.
Natural reverb.
And
Yep.
but I've been able to, because of that, and I'm in better shape, translate that to better performances. And that's been my key. I mean, it's not, I wasn't fixed. I wasn't made a good singer from surgery. It gave me back the tools, and then I took what I learned and applied, and I'm able to do stuff. And this theater of dreams things is tough. I've had to adapt,
Since you're so into
but I'm
that,
nailing it.
there's
so.
something that I'm looking into right now that because I have the phlegm all the time.
Yeah.
There's I'm actually gonna order this and try it. It has to do with your gut.
Uh-huh.
And what are the I forget what they're called.
Probiotics.
Okay, so it cleans your gut lining, which cleans all of this.
You have to be careful. 90% of those products are bullshit.
No, that
You gotta do
part
some
I know because I
research.
don't try products.
Okay.
I've never tried products.
Okay. You're
I
going
don't
to do
put-
it naturally.
I don't put anything in my body. I don't even take fucking shit for a headache.
Okay.
I'm one of those people that I'm anti-medicine.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'll ever take is I know when I have a sinus infection, so I'll get on a Z-Pack or I'll get some amoxicillin. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
And it's very rare. Other than that, I really don't do anything.
Well, what I found is taking that approach. If you can do it, not all of us have that lifestyle. I mean, I don't drink. I know you guys drink, but that's
I don't
saved
drink.
me. What?
I don't drink after
Is
Tuesday.
there water in that tequila bottle, Gary? Al, sniff that thing, will you? So it's a lifestyle thing.
Yep.
But when you take that approach, so Jake, listen to this. This is what gives you longevity vocally.
Yeah.
Is taking that health approach.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we're going to hear from C-Bob next on this subject, but I hope that, how I learned, and I'm sure you know as much about probably vocals as I do at this point, but I talk to people, I watch people, I sometimes ask questions, I watch videos like, Why did he not hit that note? Why did he change that note? Why did he accent that vowel that way? And then you listen to professionals. I've listened to a lot of interviews of professionals like we all have. So I'm interested, Bob, what have you learned about the nuts and bolts of your instrument
So-
as you've matured as a singer and you've done all these different types of bands, and then you go say, I'm going to do Chris Cornell in front of a live audience,
So-
which I've tried. It's
Easy.
not fun.
No, it's not always there either.
It's
but,
not always there.
My journey's not too different from yours. I've lost about 50 pounds. I've gained about 20 back since then. I'm going back to that. But weight is certainly one thing. Hydration is a big thing as well. I've started some of the hydration stuff that you've mentioned as well,
Yeah.
but not to your level. I at least drink at least a gallon of water. I do not drink caffeine. I do not drink any type of soda, energy drinks, anything. I don't drink
Coffee,
alcohol.
tea, lemon, it's all bullshit. Honey, don't listen to that stuff.
I don't do it. I mean, because honey can
Enhanced
crystallize
water
your
is the key.
Honey can crystallize on your throat. Lemon can burn anything that you have on there.
It strips
caffeine
the
dries
voice.
you out.
Yep.
So my thing is hydration.
So does
number
beer,
one.
guys. So does beer.
Beer is a big thing. I won't drink. I was mentioning
I
Yeah,
know.
I don't
I agree.
No shot of whiskey before the gig.
or during.
If you're singing country or something laid back, and more power to you.
You lose your compression basically.
We're talking about the highest, hardest level of vocal ability is what these gentlemen are doing and what I've tried to tackle in my life.
The other
You
thing
cannot get away with it.
No, the other thing I'll mention is I've because of the allergies, I own stock in Navage, which is basically an automatic neti pot system.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't bring
That's
that
good.
up.
I
I've
have a
dabbled
vocal
with that.
mist. Yeah, I have a vocal mist that I have.
I have
I
that.
have
just
that.
Every
recently.
show,
I
I got
that.
him into that.
Have you tried that yet?
I have one.
Jake?
No.
It's a cheat code for hydration.
Oh, nice.
If you're pressed for time or want a little extra enhancement, the nebulizer mini,
It's
the
called
mini
Vocal Mist. I'll send you
vocal
guys a
mist.
link. Yeah.
Yep. It
It's
comes
a
with a
saline
little.
mist that you breathe in, and it.
Is it actually like a mask? So
Yes,
It
it's
could
a
be a mask
nebulizer.
or
It's a mini nebulizer.
I
It's
highly
a portable
suggest
nebulizer.
if you do it, make something you use the mask because getting it into your
Natural.
sinuses
You were
is
talking
key.
about natural remedies. I've been sick before. I will go and cut up a fresh jalapeno,
Yeah.
eat that thing right before I go on.
Really?
Whoa,
Really?
wide open.
Gum.
Yeah, like a whore in Vegas.
So an audiologist,
That's the real right there.
Yeah.
Flashbacks to my Vegas days. Wow.
an audiologist I saw, I was having some trouble a couple years ago where I lost the transition from chest to head. And I had strong head voice, strong chest voice, but I couldn't do the sweep in
That's
between.
how I knew I was
Right.
having vocal
So
problems.
I saw an audiologist out in Downers Grove, and she said, chew gum while you sing.
I've seen
And
people do
Chew
that.
regular gum
Chew-
or the hydration gum?
chew regular gum. And I'll do a experiment because with the help, the menthol or whatever it is helps basically hydrate you
Yeah.
as you're singing. Now it's a challenge
it
not to
can-
get stuck in your hair or swallow it while you're singing because that's happened to me both times. But that has helped me big time. That's
Really?
probably one of the secrets I'll say on top of hydration and your nasal.
I can't
hydration
chew
as
gum
well.
and walk, but
Neither can I, but you'll learn.
I noticed because I'm very old.
He's just afraid
When
of
they
the
made
gagging.
the switch to these fake chemical products for the spirit for that
get
flavor
it.
and that,
I get it.
I must have a little bit of an allergic reaction to it because I have a tendency it closes me up a little bit. So I do, for that reason
That's fair.
I don't touch gum.
Then
But it can have an opposite effect if you don't have an allergic reaction
Right.
to it.
Right.
I'm
So-
not saying I might, turn
And-
blue
and
or anything.
that's
but
the other
I just
point.
can't sing 100% after chewing.
And that's
gum.
the point I was going to try to mention where we all have our bad days.
Mm-hmm.
Is the key thing, if I would have to say, is learn how to adapt. You're never going to be 100%, as we mentioned. If you're able to understand, and you're not going to hit this in chest voice, so I'll sing it at a high stress voice or high head voice, and I'll add some compression. So it sounds kind of what I'm doing. Knowing and understanding that point to kind of shape your craft during a performance is probably the number one lesson I'll teach anybody.
That's called professionalism.
And the other thing,
I'm sure
one
you've
thing I've
experienced
struggled
it. Oh,
with
yeah.
in my whole life, and I still struggle, is
Somehow you get through
pitch.
it because you know how to
Yeah.
work
Right.
around it.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like I'm not going to swing
You
that
three
hard for the
guys,
fence
your
there.
pitch is excellent.
Thank
But
you.
you know
So if
Oh
how to
yeah,
get that note out and how to maneuver around whatever you got going on.
yeah,
if it's got to be an
If-
octave lower at
Have
that
you ever
time.
heard him sing?
if you
of course.
if you string along the path of worn out or sick, but you have great pitch and a great ear, you can make it work. So my Achilles heel back years ago was if I was that, I struggled.
Yeah.
But now I'm starting to use in-ears. I try and do
That
most
actually
of my
was-
own processing because I like to match the production of the album I'm singing.
I
If
do
I'm
the same
doing
thing.
Iron Maiden, if I'm doing Judas Priest, I like doubling. That's just my own preference.
Mhm.
My pitch is better, but it'll never be perfect. I just don't have. I'm just not that style. I'm a slider. Okay.
The in-ears help a lot to give
They
you
do.
a gauge
They
on
do.
where you're at,
Yeah.
and focus on what you want to hear rather than what you're forced to hear.
Can you imagine starting
pitch,
now?
You do have, just so you know, I've heard you sing, you do have good pitch. When you lose yourself in your hearing, that's what affects your pitch.
Yeah,
right.
So it's not, you don't, if you can hear yourself, you know right where you're at and you're going to nail it every time, 100% of the
Yeah.
time. The second you lose yourself, that's where you fall
Right.
off.
I've got about at least 50% hearing loss in my right ear.
I've got 30 gone.
30
Way
years.
too way too much industrial sites and a lot of gunfire.
Well,
Hugo's
what
fucking
ears do you
symbol in my
use?
ear for
What
I
ears
used to
do you
shoot
use?
12
competitively
years.
when I was a teenager.
What ears do you use?
I have the West. I have a Weston 2 diaphragm passive pass through.
No, I mean, what's
Ear.
your system?
It's just a Shure system, standard
It's a Shure.
Shure.
Okay,
Standard Shure.
so what
It's
I can
fantastic.
what I can tell you is, as much as you like the Shure, if you upgrade to a Sennheiser,
Yeah.
it's an entirely different world. Because the Shure is this nice
Yeah.
little thin signal that you think you're getting, and with
Sennheiser's a
Sennheiser,
whole new band.
is this
No, I know.
headroom. You feel
But
like,
I had to
where did
start-
all this.
I had to start somewhere because I was anti in ear.
Right.
Yeah,
And so I needed to try because I knew I was losing my hearing. And so I'm talking to Kevin from Anthem, and I'm having him walk me through his system because I was interested in how they have the whole band set up.
Yep.
Because those guys vocally are fucking dead on
Oh, yeah.
all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And same thing with Forecast. These guys are all Forecast guys. I grew up with those
Yeah.
guys. So and Mark and I have become friends. So I'm watching and listening, saying there's more to. They're great performers, great singers, but there's more to it. And the in ears, so and they're using Sennheiser systems.
Yep.
And that's probably be the next thing I graduate to.
Yep.
But I'm not in bands that are using full blown in ears.
So I've got an actual portable system that if the band I'm singing with doesn't have it, and I own all the equipment, so all my bands do.
Sure.
But if I'm singing with somebody else, I'll bring mine, and mine consists of power conditioner, my mic, my in-ears, and a vocal processor that only I hear. This way I get exactly the amount of reverb that I want in my voice. Now, there's another processor I have for what sends there, but at least on my mix, it sounds like I'm in a big hall.
all right,
And
we'll have to have
So
a
you don't
conversation
use,
about
like,
that.
What is
later
your
on.
what is your?
It's
your,
a TC Electronics 101.
TC Electronics. Is
Yeah, I
awesome,
use
but
a
what
Voice
is your,
Live
do you have
Extreme.
an M32 or do you have? The
I have an
Midas?
X32 processor.
So I got the Midas.
Yeah,
and the
I want to
Midas-
get that. Yeah, I've
and-
got 3 X32s. So.
And the Midas, the effects on that one is incredible. But I found out that when I throw the effects on in
Al,
my ears,
now they
that's where I
sound
lose
now they
my-
sound like guitar players, don't they?
That's,
Yeah,
It's the
where I lose
technical
my-
This is
aspect.
what I was trying to avoid.
And it's a balance. It's a
Right.
balance. So
Yeah.
I will actually dial it based
There we
on
go.
the
I'm
room.
trying to do it drier in order to hear myself.
And again, that's that everybody's different with that. But the only
Jake's
thing
like, fuck, I just run dry.
The
What
only
fuck?
trick-
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
You want-
I just go in
you
dry.
guys want the tricks of the trade? Remember we were talking about this? I'm going to give away secrets.
All right, let's hear it.
I got them.
Industry Secrets by
Pick
Pete.
yourself up a Neumann KK205. I might
I thought
be
you were
wrong.
using a Takamichi some
Ask
Taka
me.
Baba.
It's the best vocal mic I've ever
I
seen.
thought you were using, what was that
gold?
gold one I sang through?
No. It's the best. I just changed.
Okay.
And
Is it
it's-
an insert like the other company?
Well, I'm on a Sennheiser now, simply because the Sennheiser, the wireless, the frequencies,
Yeah.
they don't get interfered with. There's no dropping out.
That's why
At all.
I like the Line 6 with the mic modeling. I love that thing.
So mine,
Loved it.
and everybody's different. I've learned this
No,
that
I tried yours.
so I happen to have, and that's great. I'm using it's an SE7. It's a drum mic company that Bill Scorzo over at I'm trying to look it up right now. Bill Scorzo over Bourbon Street turned me on to, and is my favorite mic because there's a lot of vocal range for my voice for it. So I guess the takeaway, I mean, that's cool. It's certainly open to trying that. But
Do you like a hot mic or a smooth mic?
As long as he's comfortable with it, that's all that matters.
right,
Yeah, that's
exactly.
the important
Find
thing.
what you're comfortable with. Try things. Be open to trying things. And the other thing I
I'm
want to mention,
upfront and aggressive. I a lot of
What do you
scratch
use
and
on your
stuff.
wireless? What do you got?
I'm back to a Shure with a Beta 58 insert because it's slightly hotter. I like the Line 6 with the mic modeling, but that company seems to be going away, and the mic didn't hold up because I could switch depending on the room from three different Sennheisers.
I got a
Three different.
Sennheiser.
It had different modeling, and it was awesome.
I got a Sennheiser that I'm going to sell. I'll let
Okay.
you try it.
All right,
so
wireless.
yeah, I've got a Sennheiser
Mike,
bass, but
freaking
I've
amazing.
changed the capsule.
What do you, Jake? What's your go-to mic for vocals, or do you not give a shit?
Honestly, live, that's actually one of the things I keep thinking about because I'm like, I should bring my own mic. That's the one thing that I
Yes.
should do.
Keeps you from getting germs.
Yeah,
I don't even
that's-
do jam nights without my own system.
That's the one thing I keep thinking of. I'm like, I should just buy a mic. I can afford it. Recording, we record with a Neumann, so that's like,
Yes.
so that's we've got that for
Neumanns are great.
Cool.
for actually like recording for like the original band and stuff like that. But
Cool.
But live, I mean, like I've used Shures, I've used all different kinds of stuff. I mean, honestly, like a lot of times, like the mic can be whatever, but it's so dependent on the who's running front of house anyway, and who's
It
mixing
does.
me. To where like I could be using, you know, the greatest mic in the world, but like if they're not mixing me well, it's not gonna matter. That
Yeah,
much
that's
anyway.
why I started doing my own processing, so I take that away from them, and I wanted to
Put on my KSM 9.
try and duplicate some of the production that I enjoy
Yeah.
of certain singers from the 80s and 90s.
And they said, well, the Neumann.
They're just having another conversation
Yeah.
with themselves. So.
Sorry.
Pick it up later.
I'm sorry.
All right, so
I
we don't
told
want to
you,
go until 10
When
o'clock
it
at night.
comes to
Go
the
ahead, Al.
guitar episode, when it comes to the guitar episode,
What
I don't want
pedals
to
you
hear
use?
nothing from
Well,
you
I use a
about-
distortion plus
about
two.
gearheads. The first thing he said to me when we are going to do these different singers, bass, guitar, drums, he goes, the guitar one isn't going to be no a gear fest. Where you guys are going to talk about pedals and amps and stuff. We're not going to be like that. Singers are going to talk about
No,
cool
no,
stuff.
of course
Oh my
not.
God.
That's why I'm
And
cutting
we're
it
talking
off.
about-
I'm
may
cutting
not
it
be able
off.
to sing
Thanks, not
forever,
to
so I'm
say.
already on
All
the gear
right.
side.
So now we're going to switch to the scene. All right. So you guys have been around the scene. You've been around the scene now. How do you guys rate the Chicago scene compared to like back in the day when we all were growing up in it and it was so cool to go to the Whale and all that? Even though the music's changed a little bit, obviously, and now we're all in mostly strictly cover bands, all right?
Well, Chicago, and I've
what
been
do
to
you
many
think?
different cities.
Yeah.
Chicago is a cover and tribute city. It's
It
the
is.
original stuff. It's completely opposite in Nashville, right? Where Nashville
And Austin.
and yeah, in Austin, you're right.
But those are music towns. I mean,
They are music
They've
towns.
they've always said that Chicago is also a music town, but
It is on the
I'm not a
underground,
blues
but
guy.
it's not our demographic. So there's our demographic of our age group, especially the stuff we're playing. They don't want to necessarily go out all that much. So
Okay.
it's starting to dwindle that low. And unfortunately, I'm really glad to have someone like Jake here because it still means that there's people, and I'm not saying kids to you, but kids younger than all of us that are there is getting fewer and far between.
have you seen him perform?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal.
I watched the videos.
But my point
I haven't
is
seen,
that
I haven't
the
seen
same,
him live
Pete.
yet.
Oh,
I don't get him much live.
know.
but my
I've seen the videos and I was like, this kid's got it.
my point is
I
that
appreciate you even
Take
watching.
one in. It's
20
fun.
years younger,
there's
you're a kid.
there's not much of a backfill to fill this void that what we have. So
Yeah.
the scene is getting a little drier.
It's getting weird.
It's getting weird. So it's thank God it's not pay to play like it used to be back in the day in the Waterman days, right? But
Right. We gotta sell tickets.
yeah, don't get me started. You buy,
that.
you pay your way to play. I've got stories for days on that, Jake.
Where'd the Jim Carrey come from?
I'm not buying tickets.
But I mean, I found a niche that works for us, and a pay point for each of the stuff I'm in, and we'll do what we can to get those people in.
Yeah.
We play earlier shows because our demographic, and I'm one of them, likes to go home early. I played a 7 to 9:30 show.
You think the early
Yeah.
shows work better?
It depends. I mean,
Yeah,
it does
sometimes
depend.
they do.
sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I mean, then I played Bourbon Street with my Aussie band, and we went on at 10:30, and we're like, oh god, we got to be here till midnight. But they stayed.
Yeah.
That will not work on the north side. So there's definitely a split on our scene with what works and what doesn't. North side, I'm seeing that they're not staying out as late.
Really? North side, they're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So
Why do you think that is?
because I think the demographic is older and less of a partying atmosphere.
I've been told by someone that's in the management booking business that our fans have aged like our choice of bands and music.
Did you talk to this
With
person
us.
on a Tuesday?
Well,
Because he only takes calls on Tuesday,
No.
there, Bill.
It wasn't a Tuesday.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
So Pete,
Wink
what's
to
your,
Joey there.
what's your view of the scene?
I
or-
want to go last. on the
Okay.
scene. Can I go last on the scene?
Sure.
Go ahead, Jay.
Jay,
What
it's
have I
on an upswing for you.
I
You
mean,
haven't seen the lulls yet.
so coming from back where I come from,
need
essentially,
another beer
like
to get
that's
through
one
the
of the
scene.
things to
Back
where
in my
it's
day.
back in LaSalle, Peru. Like so, growing up, it had such a thriving music scene, right?
We play country, both country and
And
western, both kinds.
But it was like, I mean, it was like rock bands, all that stuff, metal bands, a lot of original stuff. So it was super cool. And then I've seen that it's kind of like died down there. So that's when I moved up here. I was glad that there were still clubs, right, to play and there's people. And I think that I agree with some of it to where like you've got a demographic that's aging more so for a lot of the 80s stuff. But there are younger people that will come out. Like I've seen them. Like they've come up to me. So it's like some of it is honestly like that's why like moving around the energy.
I think
That's
it's
the thing.
important that the older bands grasp any like promotion tools they can.
Agreed.
A lot of the older guys in the band think, "Oh my god, I did my time. I fucking
you.
paid my
That's fine.
dues,
Thanks.
and nobody cares how many ads I put
Interesting.
out because they know I'm a rock star." And I'm like,
Yeah, there's
"No,
that.
No, people don't care because they got a million things going on.
Yeah.
Unless you continually like fucking remind them that you're playing, then you're losing people."
Right.
Well, and the way-
promotion is king.
Well, and Facebook, the way that it works, if you're only really sharing to your friends or things like that, it's an echo chamber somewhat, right? So a lot of times
Right.
you're only reaching the same people over and over.
And the
Exactly.
algorithm tamps down on some of that too. If you
Right.
post too much,
Yep.
so you have to have another creative way of doing that. I've
Yeah.
got fans that know of us,
If
know
you-
of our
yeah.
schedule, and they miss it because they didn't see
I don't
something.
think
Right.
if you create a boost for an event, and unless you create it exactly the way Facebook wants you to create it, it
Yeah.
ain't gonna get.
I'm not
like,
fully supported on
noticed.
the boost system with Facebook, but
I mean, I do it
digress.
once in a while, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it don't.
I don't
and-
know any better, so I do it.
You're right, right. We don't, but
So,
I didn't want to take that away from Jake.
Briefly on this point, and then I have a direct question for you. Go ahead. How is the scene changing? What's your overall view of the scene right now?
I think that the people that support the scene are fantastic.
Yes, that's
and they're
true.
very,
course.
very loyal.
If they didn't
course.
come out, we couldn't do.
You
what
know,
we
you
do.
are sitting in that seat was also shared by John Guzman, the greatest fan ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, whatever. Right.
Greatest
But,
band
yeah.
ever.
Where would we be without John?
John Guzman.
Exactly.
And
And I really appreciate the support. But the thing that I think that the worst thing that's happened to the scene that I've seen over the years is the I would say politicalization
Yeah,
of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands that don't get the opportunities to play where they should be playing because
geographically,
and venues
No,
that
be-
have
be-
a
That's what I've run
demographic
into.
feel or political
because
feel.
because of whoever's booking the club is these bands are being recycled in that don't belong,
Yeah, I
and they're
agree
getting
with
those
that.
opportunities, and then you've got bands that your band draws. You know, excuse
But we
me.
can't play certain places
Your
because
ba-
they think
I don't,
some
I don't
of us
know
have
how
a
well your
political
band
view.
my band draws and has consistently, but it's like, are you serious? So the Lounge Puppets really can't get a gig at the Hideaway Beer Garden in Hoffman Estates, and I see these other bands in there that are nowhere near.
I don't get it. I don't
I
get
hate it.
Yeah.
And it's turned into that. You know, I
think
haven't
a
been
lot
at
of bands
CDs
are
and
just
me, and I don't
on
know
the
how
cheap.
long.
Bands are on the cheap, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll take a gig for $200."
Well,
Do you
there's
think it's
that,
just a
but-
financial thing?
No, we want to play for what we're worth.
There's
So,
that, but I
yeah.
think Pete's point is that because of the political environment,
Correct.
people have chosen sides, and unfortunately,
Yes.
some people are being pushed over there when they shouldn't be.
I
Yes.
never. I guess I never.
Oh no, I see it. I see it
Yeah.
directly.
See, I don't
completely
talk to these
100%
guys
agree with him.
directly very often, but
Yeah.
I never realized there was a political aspect.
There
to it.
is, and it's unfortunate. I know some friends of mine
They
that
might
are
explain a
far
couple
right that don't play in
situations I was
far
in.
left because
We can have a talk about that off air because I don't want to name names.
No, we're not.
No,
We're not
but-
here to
But
name
but
names.
I will name names.
Okay.
Off air so you understand what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah,
Steer
you
some
might
direction.
explain a few things. I've been told by some of these people the geographical thing, but but then I see, the same bands I played with last week, down here playing up at Broken Oar or something. Oh, wait a minute! You just said that you're South Side. You know what? It doesn't matter. Good product is good product.
Right.
Yes.
And you guys all put out good product. I like to think that I've always been involved with good products. You're going to be entertained. I've been on vacation. I've been to Vegas many times. And sitting in the bar. So I'm sitting in the bar at Mandalay Bay with my wife, right? For Iron Maiden. And we're there the next day or the day before, middle of the day. We just got back from the pool. We're having lunch. And I think some of their management was in this sidebar, like a sports bar. And there's a cover band playing. And they play an Iron Maiden song. So there's not very many people in there. So I go up there and I'm like, "Hey man, can I sing an Iron Maiden song with you?" He's like, "Do you know how to sing?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've sang a couple Iron Maiden songs." So they want me to sing "Don't Tell Me You Love Me" and then "Run to the Hills."
Okay.
And they're like, "Whoa!"
I'll tell you, I love it. What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I think they were seeing if I was legit or something. And I had never sang it before. So I'm like, "You got the words?" And he hit an iPad there. And so I sang "Don't Tell Me You Love Me." And then I sang "Run to the Hills." But they were a fantastic band. I didn't give a fuck where they were from. I don't care if they're from Vegas, LA, Midland, Texas.
You spoke their language, music.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
They jammed.
Right.
Yep.
They were cool. I walked up. They didn't know me. Just like you didn't know me. And Mike says, "Let him sing Renegade" or whatever. And you let me take your mic. And,
Dude, I was a fan. That
Yeah.
night I met you,
Yeah.
I was an instant fan of you.
thank you. But
That-
I
that
mean,
I
but
met you.
that's why I don't get the geographical thing. And I've stressed this from day one with the podcast. This is not a Southside metalhead podcast. This is for everyone. You live up north. You guys all play all these different bars. Most of the bars I'll never get invited to, but a lot of times it has to do with a lot of the Iron Maiden spin. But that's a whole nother subject. And that's fine. But I don't get if you draw 200 people to this place, if you play up there or over there a couple times, eventually you're going to draw 200 people to that place too because your product's good. And
It
that's
should be one hand washes the other, like
It
to a
sh-
certain point.
well,
I mean,
that
some,
is-
certain bands are like better off
on the
than others,
legitimate
but
on a
whatever.
legitimate
You know
product, and I call it
exactly
a
where I'm
product
coming
because
from.
that's what it is. If you have a legitimate product, you're gonna be rewarded.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a matter of opinion by certain people, certain
All
people
right.
booking certain venues, and it's unfortunate
Okay,
because I agree,
and we're not
It's
naming names.
Well, no, it's I
Not
don't
right
want to
now.
name names, but it's
Off the
important. You do if you have a product, you should be able to do that wherever you want.
Yeah.
And if you have talent with that product, then there shouldn't be an
Because
issue with that.
if I move or I travel and I join a band somewhere, the people don't give a shit that I'm from Homer Glen, Illinois. This fucking guy can sing blah 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 blah.
Case in point, COVID happened.
Yeah.
A lot of places were listening to Fat Ass Governor.
Yeah. Did you have to sing
I
through your
will get
mask?
political.
Did
Fat
you
ass
cut a
fucking
hole?
Governor
Did you
Pritzker,
cut a
he will
hole like
suck
the
my
third
fucking-
graders and sing through your mask?
I did not. But
That was used. He used that for
boy.
something else.
Oh boy.
Hello.
hello.
Oh boy.
So I go out to a few different venues to try and that were still defying the
Yeah.
governor. And you go out there, and then all of a sudden you book a show, and you go and you do the show. And the owner comes up and says, "Why the fuck have you never been on my stage before?
Yeah, I've heard that before too.
wow.
Yeah.
I've heard that from.
Why have I
people-
never heard of you?
Yeah.
Why were you never suggested to me to play on my? You're one of the
Talk to
best
your-
fucking bands
talk
that's
to your
ever
booking
been on
agent.
my
Yeah.
exactly."
Talk to your booking agent.
And that's what we're getting at when
Yep.
I say what I'm saying.
And there's good ones, bad ones, and the good ones make bad decisions, and the bad ones get lucky and make good decisions. I don't want to badmouth anyone, but because it's hit or miss. But there's great products out there, and they should be shared everywhere for everyone to enjoy.
And the only other thing
The
I'll
city
say
bands are the city bands.
it's
the North bands are the North bands.
a lot of people worry about the bottom line, so they'll stick with what they know and what works.
Right.
And
Yeah.
unfortunate that
Hey,
doesn't
newsflash.
open things to other bands
That's-
with talent. It's ridiculous.
Every business is
Of
like
course
that.
it
You know
is.
what? Every band has a good night, and everybody
Construction
has a bad
companies
night.
are
And,
like that. Painting companies are like that. We're all like
They're
that.
afraid to change or take chances.
Wow.
Exactly.
You got to take chances.
Right.
All right.
Agreed.
So, Pete,
Yes.
question to you. What is your favorite venue to play? You walk in,
That
you
you've
feel
played
warm.
or-
You feel warm. You have great shows there. You just like going there and performing. It's your favorite place. Maybe you like seeing some of your favorite bands there, like when I play there.
You're a funny guy.
Okay, when Chris plays there, I'll
That's a really hard, difficult question
Really?
to answer.
Is it
I've
a
got-
fest? Is it the fest atmosphere? Because you've done more fest than any of us.
It's really hard. There's so many different factors
Right.
that equate into that answer. I really love the vibe of Even Flow in Geneva.
Okay.
If you pack that small little room with people, it's out of control.
Have you guys played
I
there?
think
Gary?
no, we've never played there, and Bill tells me about it all the time. But I think that there's a lot to be said for playing, I wouldn't want to call it a smaller room, but like if the energy in a packed room is different than like
course.
you could
It
play
is.
a big
Of course.
room.
It is.
But
And
when
I
you-
hate
but-
small rooms,
But
they
with
always
Even
work
Flow,
out.
it's more to do with the vibe of the room.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you were to get like a velvet lounge and you're like, oh, this is really, really cool. That's kind of like Even Flow
Yeah.
has this little vibe about it, about live music. I love so many different venues. I love playing Bourbon Street, Tailgaters,
Yeah.
JMOs. I love the Sunday fun days at Broken Oar, at Sundance.
Yeah,
we just
that I'll
played
never
Captain's Quarters. I love those Sunday afternoon shows
Yeah.
where you're outside on the water. And yes, I love the festivals. And it's a tough. I just
Yeah,
threw a lot of shit out there.
To
Okay.
Pete's point, just you can't pick one.
Right.
Yeah.
It's different venues for different reasons.
I do love the theater shows though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love doing like
They've really
I
made
do
a
we do the
comeback.
lounge puppets, which is
Yeah.
80s hair bands. I do LP vinyl, which is classic rock. LP vinyl does Escape, which is the Journey tribute, and we just started doing the Straight from the Heart, which is the Bryan Adams, Rick
I
Springfield,
saw the
and Eddie
video
Money.
of that. Fantastic job. It's
Eddie-
awesome.
Dude,
You
Bryan
nailed it.
Adams is the most difficult guy I have to sing.
Not easy.
No,
You
he's-
can have Eddie Money. I've never liked him
well,
musically or vocally, but
dude, he gets people up.
Yeah.
I don't care. I
we
don't
play
care.
Baby Hold On to Me, and they all get up and
So
start
does
dancing.
Garth Brooks, and I can't stand that fucking.
So
guy
I was the
either.
videographer for that, and I will
Really?
agree. Yeah, I was, and I will agree that certain songs. It's
Yeah,
really
oh,
true of
yeah.
anything, but for
Yeah.
that, I've seen it.
And
There's
that,
fans.
that
toward
boils
that.
down to what I'm. My point is, you got a good product, and that's a big part of it. Song choice and that. What's your favorite venue that you?
I
played?
I can't name a favorite
Oh,
venue.
come
I can
on.
name favorite.
How come-
show-
am I the only
I
one with
love,
favorite venue?
So I love
No,
Joe's
no,
Live
you're not.
for
you
the
don't have
the
a favorite venue.
for the environment. I love Sundance, and I love Broken or not Broken Arm. Sorry, Bourbon Street because of the lights. You know, Dan, rest in peace, and
So-
and Dean.
No,
I love.
let's make a note.
A
That
lot has
is
to do with the
far
sound
north
system, too.
and
I was
far
gonna say
south
A lot has to
side.
do with the sound system
Yeah,
too. Sorry.
Vixen for sound, right?
Yeah.
Sound system,
Vixen, yeah.
stage,
Yeah.
ambience,
Yeah.
crowd, the whole
Yep.
shot. But you just the extremes, north and south side.
Yep.
So that proves my point.
Joe's Live in
Doesn't
Schaumburg.
matter.
and
Joe
even
vibe.
the
I
old
like that.
Joes in Chicago, House of Blues.
Oh, yeah.
I loved playing House of Blues. That probably was the most combination of everything: this history, the vibe, the environment, the crowd, the lights, the
Yeah.
sound.
They haven't
I
been
would probably
doing
lean
much.
toward House of
They
Blues.
haven't been doing much.
So
Jake, did you find a
House of Blues, favorite place I've ever
Okay,
played.
there you go. Have
No.
you
Take
found
my
the best place?
It
You're
is.
like the
I
king.
didn't- House of Blues.
I didn't even
You're
think
like
of
the
it, but it's
king
favorite-
of
my favorite
Bourbon
place I've ever
Street
played.
now.
I was about to say Bourbon Street's probably my
Yeah.
favorite to play.
Yeah. You gotta get
What's
out more,
not to
Jake.
love? They give you a sandwich. There's booze.
Nice, yeah.
They
There's
give
lights.
you a bottle of booze.
a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
places
What do you
still.
want?
Yeah.
You want a bottle of
Sometimes
gin?
two.
Wow.
Exactly right. What's not to love about that, man?
We
That's the
actually had
thing.
818 at our last show. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
So I
Yeah.
always remember, like, make sure I get my food order in before I go on stage, so that way I can take it home with me and I'll eat it after the
I
gig.
got a time for when the kitchen closes now.
Oh yeah, it's like what is it, 9 or 10?
10 o'clock, and if you do the midweek Wednesday night, you're done at 10. They put it in at 9:45. Oh, it's perfect.
All right.
That's what I'm saying.
Awesome.
So
It's the
all-
important things in
So
life.
all three of you guys have started your own musical ventures, your own bands. You've managed your own bands. You've spearheaded and fronted those bands. What in that journey of creating as I call it, a product, what are the biggest pitfalls of trying to create a good band on our scene?
Well,
So people listening to the podcast that are trying, maybe young kids are trying to start their band. They want to play, Five Finger Death Punch tribute band or whatever they want to do. What are the pitfalls of creating a band?
well, I will
a
say,
working band.
and I mentioned this outside. Find what you like to do first of all, and try not to do something that will wash out your ability.
What do you mean by that?
It means that, and I was talking to Pete about this. Pete, well, he does a great job at Journey and
You can
that.
stop kissing his ass.
No, I've honestly a fan and friend of his for 25 years now, 30. But
31.
my point is
feels
that
much longer.
how
though.
old am I?
Pete, it feels much longer. doesn't it?
32.
How old am I?
So, but my point is that he by starting that out, he's got a lot of other competition. So that's one of the reasons why they started the Straight from the Heart. He still is able to do that, but he's got a product that nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
So find something you love,
Yes.
and it's a little easier if you don't have something else to compete
There
with.
is originality
Right.
Yeah.
at our level
Right.
with cover and tribute bands.
Right.
Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean,
It
there's
falls back to what I was saying about your performance quality and how you've attacked that and create a product. How Pete's created his product and how he's created his product. There's originality in how you guys approach those things.
it's finding those niches, and then
Yes.
like once you find those niches, because then giving the best product that you
So
can.
the
possibly.
pitfalls are not knowing what that is.
Finding those niches and then finding people that share your vision.
Finding,
This is where Al edits my question out. Of all the bands in the world that have too many tributes to them, what band would you say that is?
I'm not going to say that answer because there's a lot of them. There's
Metallica.
Can you repeat the question for me?
So
You said
what
something
are the
about
pitfalls of trying to create a valid band product, as I call it? Because you guys all have successful products. You sell your product at a venue. When you to get to that point, to go from the garage band to the working band on the circuit in our area, what are the pitfalls?
losing belief in what you're doing. If you
I
don't
believe
believe, if you don't believe in what you're doing,
Yeah.
that's the biggest pitfall.
Not
As long as
yourself
you-
musically, but
Danny
as a
Wiseman.
vision of the
As
band.
long as you believe in
And that's
what
what that
you're doing,
originality comes into.
and
I'm
you-
talking
So
about.
and you
does that
constantly present it when you're out there and you're performing and you've got
You got to believe in it.
15 people.
You got to sell it.
Put your fucking show
But I think
on.
that has everything to do with the people that surround you too.
That
doesn't
is
it?
what I was going to get to as well.
It does. You've got to have the right group of people,
Yep.
but they've all got to believe in the same vision, and they can't lose that belief.
100%. I
And,
want to change my answer.
and that's the biggest thing.
And when you don't have those members that share your vision or show no
get the
enthusiasm,
fucking
you got to
rid of
cut
them.
them loose.
They gotta
You can't
go.
take it personal.
no,
I mean,
Oh,
It's show
listen.
how many-
business,
I don't
not
know
show
how many
friendship.
times Gary and I have hired and fired each other. We don't care. What about having backup musicians? You guys all have viable products where you have full schedules.
Needed.
They're needed.
They're needed because
We've turned to that in Hard Rock Radio.
human.
It's been
Yeah.
very, very helpful.
because
Made in Chicago too.
Yeah.
what we do, especially singers, it's physical,
Yeah.
and
Right.
and you never know when you're not going to be able to perform, and when it happens,
Yeah.
you need to have somebody you can call.
Well,
know,
schedules conflict too.
And I've been, pardon me.
Other schedules conflict too. Family schedules,
Yeah,
work
abs-
schedules.
absolutely.
I used to go out of town a lot. I had a family, and
Like
kids.
Bill. So Bill cannot do Wakanda Fest.
Right.
I've got Jet.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
if Jason couldn't do a show, Jason calls Mike Gerbitz. If
Okay.
I can't do a show,
Right.
Yeah.
I call him.
All right.
I might
So
call this guy now. He's so fucking good.
And I got to say that I
very
subbed for.
kind.
It was probably the most fun and most
That was
nervous
an
show I
awesome
had.
night, dude. I was
singing
like,
in
I
Made in
didn't know what to
yeah,
expect.
yeah, that's
Loved it.
Yeah,
Chris came out and he just fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
My hands were fucking vibrating a C.
I knew when I heard that you were doing that show. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be good. He's
Just so
gonna
you
know.
know,
badass.
I'm so upset I didn't get the call. Did I have a show? Because
I don't know. I don't know.
Call me.
All right. So
right here.
a couple. Al, you got any questions?
Well, now that you mentioned that, Chris did the Made in Chicago show the one time. I did forget to get you into the documentary,
Oh, wow.
so I'll I have to extend that a
Expect
little
a
bit
Zoom
more.
call.
What's
Yeah.
the end of the
might-
book
might
after the
do.
last chapter? The
There's it
Epilogue?
never ends.
Epilogue?
It never ends.
He'll be in the
Yeah,
epilogue.
Yeah, yeah.
It'll be
I'll get him on
6,
there.
6, 7.
Yeah.
He's the one.
Used my college degree there.
Yes.
Came in handy there, Jake.
Dusted that off for a second.
Right.
I'd be honored, Al. That would be
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah. I'll get you in there because I don't know if you've seen it. The last one,
I didn't even know about this episode.
Hugo was in it.
Really?
You haven't watched that?
I have
Yeah.
not. I'm
All right.
unfortunately it's I've got 5 bands I'm in. So
Yeah. Well,
off-
that's just the
it's
thing.
off the radar.
Okay, and
I
that's
get
going to
it.
be our last subject. I want you guys to promote yourself. Jake, you start. Tell me all the products you're currently in and what those schedules are, real quickly.
Give me just a quick
Guess
second.
we all get our phones here.
I was about to say, I wrote this
Tell-
down
tell-
to be prepared.
Tell us where people can see you. What bands are you fronting right now?
Okay, so currently right now I have so my Wasp tribute is Wild Child Chicago. My
Awesome.
Skid Row tribute is Youth Gone Wild.
Also awesome.
My Nickelback tribute is Feed the Machine.
Oh shit!
Nice.
I forgot
Oh
you
my
got tapped
God.
for that.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I got that one too for something completely different.
Twisted Sister tribute.
Yeah, up and coming.
Rock and roll.
Up and coming, Twisted
There you
Sister.
go. There you go.
Let's see here, and then my original band, Witch Hammer.
Okay,
As
where
well.
can people go to see your schedules?
All right. So online, so both Youth Gone Wild and all of them have Facebook, honestly. So
Separate
that's
Facebook
typical-
pages?
Yep, separate
All right,
Facebooks
so
for
go
all
to
of them.
those names of those bands.
So to name off my next gigs, so I'm doing double duty, both the Wasp and the Skid Row bands.
Not
actually-
advised. Not advised. I'm going to be your vocal
Yeah,
coach.
parental advisory there on
Yeah.
that. So that's coming up on June 20th at the WC Social Club
Okay.
in West Chicago.
It's a decent venue.
Then coming up then next month, I've got my original band Witch Hammer. It's going to be there with our friends in the Rising Fall. You mentioned Dimitri before.
Yes,
So,
yes.
it's Dimitri's band. So that's going to be July 25th at Heroes in Lamont.
Okay.
Then after that, then I've got Feed the Machine August 13th at Firewater Saloon in Edison Park. And then Feed the Machine again September 4th at Austin's Fuel Room. And then September 5th at Base Camp in Lyle. And then the Wasp at October 17th at the bar in Milwaukee.
Wow.
That's where I'm booked right now.
What bar in Milwaukee? Is it called the
damn.
bar in
It's
Milwaukee?
literally
Busy,
called
busy,
Double
Bar.
busy.
That's awesome.
All right.
All right. Next.
You need any opening bands? Because Gary and I know somebody.
Yeah.
We need.
Right.
You need an opening band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should get into like tailgaters or
We do plenty of Metallica too. So, in case there's a lot of Metallica fans.
Can never get enough
I'll
of
go
that.
last.
Hell no.
Pete, what do you got? Tell me all the bands that you're currently functioning and fronting, so people know you.
I want to
who you
get you guys out with us. That's going to happen. I'm going to make that happen.
Cool.
That's one.
are. Oh shit, we're gonna have to start doing that
Now we're gonna have
fucking
to be
Boston
professional.
song again.
Shit.
God damn it.
I do the Lounge Puppets, which is, your
Lounge Puppets.
original tribute to 80s hair bands before Handbangers.
Absolutely
By
killer
weeks.
band. Seen you in
No,
the
it was a couple
clubs
months.
and
That's weeks.
It was a couple months.
what?
It was the original
Yes,
80s hair band tribute.
it's an institution. in
We just-
itself.
10 weeks.
The fucking Joe's thing was genius. All right. I've got that. I've got LP vinyl, which I started when I left Ara, which is a tribute to classic rock.
Seen that
LP
band,
vinyl does an
fantastic.
Escape, which is a Journey tribute, a 2.5-hour Journey show.
Really?
God damn.
Just Journey.
2.5 hours
It can't be easy.
of Journey.
Fell
Yeah.
too.
That's my favorite show. I get to sing Steve Perry for 2.5 freaking hours.
Do you vocally have to kind of just do things differently, or you just naturally you just change a couple things and you're doing Steve Perry?
No, my transition voice is very similar to Steve Perry's transition voice because he uses a lot of the mixed head and chest voice,
Yeah.
and that's always been me.
Okay.
Naturally, so I'm able to
Yeah.
do that. I can hit all his notes. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ, because I don't even know how I can still do it at 60. And I know you know that too. You're 60 and you
Yeah.
can still hit the notes that you hit.
I have a better range now than I ever
yeah,
had in
which
my
is
life.
like
That's awesome.
many people at our age can't do
Yeah.
that.
Professionals. at
No,
our age.
yeah,
No.
yes. Anyway, and then I have the Straight from the Heart thing, which is really, really cool.
That's new. That's
It's
very
the Bryan
good.
Adams, the Rick Springfield, and anybody. Anyway, I'll get to the dates because I want to
That,
get them
if
over.
anything
What's
could
the
be a
websites?
Vegas act, that
Websi-
one. You should travel with that one.
Dude, you got to come out to that show because you'd be like, this is fucking awesome. All right.
I'll snicker at the
Websites
Eddie
are
Money,
theloungepuppets.com, lpvinyl.net, Straight from the Heart Live.com.
Okay.
And on the LP vinyl, you can hit a link to hit our Escape Journey tribute.
though. Awesome.
All right, I'm going to get through the dates because there's a lot of them.
Just give us the high.
I
give us
gotta
the
work
highlights.
tomorrow.
We're
Saturday
coming in-
Lounge Puppets is at Huntley Fence. Saturday
Lot of
the
fest.
20th.
Give dates.
Saturday the 20th, Lounge Puppets is at Huntley Fest. Friday the 26th, Lounge Puppets, Wakanda Fest. Saturday the 27th, Lounge Puppets, Homer Fest. Sunday the 28th, LP Vinyl Rehearsal.
We're going to be here a while.
Wednesday! Wednesday!
rehearsal when you
Wednesday!
We're doing the show.
Wednesday, July 1st.
Bring the
one-
beer.
I want to heckle
Wednesday,
somebody.
July 1st, the one band I forgot to say is Journey to Jovi, which is I Sing with Infinity.
Oh yeah, I caught some of that. I saw.
We're at Mount Prospect Fest.
Is that going to be like a working thing?
We got a lot of dates.
Okay, cool. All
You'll
right.
hear them. And
All right.
Bob's been great. And
Yeah.
we've had our. I hated him. He hated me.
I
He
sensed
effed me.
that was
I
a little-
effed him, but he's been a.
I
he's
sensed
been
there was a
really
little
nice.
acting and drama involved. That was for show. Some
We'll
of
talk
that.
off, but he's been great, and they're great.
Nice.
It's
Yeah.
been a
Nice.
lot of fun actually.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
So,
I bet.
Saturday the 4th, the Journey tribute is at the Journey. Bryan Adams, Rick Springfield, Eddie Money is at Hollywood Casino Aurora on
Jesse's
the 4th of July. The 5th, Sunday, where LP Vinyl is at Broken Oar. The 10th, we have a private party. Saturday the 11th, our Journey tribute is at Pesco Brewery
Damn,
in
dude.
fucking
Jeez.
Manitowoc.
Oh, Manitowoc.
Yeah. Wednesday, our Straight from the Heart tribute is at the Barrington Arboretum.
Wait, what
Yeah,
Wednesday?
dates.
22nd.
Give dates, yeah.
Of what?
Thursday the 23rd,
Well,
Journey
big
to
way.
Jovi is at fucking Lincolnwood Fest.
We're in July.
Friday
by
the
way.
24th, Journey to Jovi's at 41 North. I've got a wedding on the Saturday. On Sunday, Journey to Jovi's at Algonquin. On Sunday the 26th.
It's like the dog humping your leg. You just got to let him finish.
I've got too many dates to mention.
Promote.
It's just go. Go ahead. I
Sorry.
got too many.
No,
You got a lot.
But the important thing is your dates are on the websites. So
Yes.
Oh, you're so kind.
Go to the
There
Facebook
will be
page. Go to the
links in the
websites.
comments.
You guys,
if I know the guy who runs your site, who runs mine, they're on the
when
website.
you get done watching the
best friend
podcast,
is
rewind
one
and
of the
watch again.
Best
You'll
people
get all
I
the
know
information.
on the planet.
All right, Chris, what are
So,
your current projects?
Rock Brigade's the primary. RockBrigadeBand.com.
Rock Brigade is a Def
Def Leppard,
tribute.
as well as 80s tribute. So we actually have two shows. One's
I know
our only
you-
Def
I saw
Leppard,
a
and one we
video
have
you
Back
guys
to the
doing
80s.
Something else, some
Yeah.
other band. What was that?
It was Back to the 80s. Same group of guys. We're just labeling that for
But it
marketing
was a
points.
song. I didn't expect you guys to be playing.
No, that plays a bunch of different stuff. So we'll do Journey. We'll do
you do a great job.
Sticks.
You do a great job at that.
Thank
I
you.
love that,
I
and I don't
appreciate
really
that.
like Def Leppard.
But that's Rock Brigade.
Really, I
Rock-
don't. But I think you guys do a fantastic job.
Thank you.
I love Def Leppard.
Yeah, I
So-
like
The
them.
first two albums.
Yeah, right.
RockBrigadeBand.com. We're going to be learning some stuff of the first record. So RockBrigadeBand.com is the Def Leppard and 80s tribute.
Okay.
Super-unknown.com is my Soundgarden. Chris Cornell, Audio Slave, Temple of the Dog.
That separates the men from the boys. Right
I don't know.
there.
That's you, sometimes.
Don't ever ask me to fill in.
No,
'cause I won't.
I'm calling you first. Then I also same group of guys.
And I get passed over.
I know.
Same group of guys will change our underwear into clothes, and we'll do Pearl Jam tribute, which is 10chicago.com. Every once in a while, we get a hair up our ass, and we do a Faith No More tribute called No More
nice.
Faith.
What's the song that you'll never play again? Jet told me about it. Faith
Pour
No
some
More.
sugar on me.
No, Faith No More.
Wait,
We
no,
care-
no more song?
We care a lot
No, what? That's the
Oh
one.
yeah,
I hate that
yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
because I'm a Patton fan. I love Mr. Bungle. I love
Yeah.
all that stuff. But
No, I love. Faith No More.
so we'll do No More Faith is the name of the band. That's on Facebook.
Okay.
I just joined an Ozzy tribute on bass, so my hands are hurting because I haven't played in a while. But that's called No More Tears. My drummer Pete Durbin is actually the singer in that band.
Okay.
And so and we're
he does a great job.
You
Yeah.
know what? Don't listen to him when he says like he's not confident as a bass player because I just saw him do the Hairbangers ball like reunion thing.
Yeah.
And he knocked Wasted Years out of the park.
Oh, yeah.
So
you must have seen a different show
Filled
because
in
I did
for
Run to the
Puppets
Hills.
on bass.
yeah.
I have, yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't do Wasted Years. I did Run to the Hills.
Oh, what's Run to the Hills?
That's okay.
But anyway, you had that
Thank
gallop
you.
down.
Oh, the Gallop, yeah.
It
You
was
gotta-
a galloping Iron Maiden
but
song.
Especially in bed at night.
All right, you got some dates for
30
us?
seconds, yeah.
Al's gonna be editing
so-
the fuck out of this.
I read your instructions said, and I have it for July, but I actually have the 27th at Rock Brigade at Sundance, the 28th at Hideaway. I thought you got Made in Chicago was going to be on that.
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. We had ran into
I understand. No worries. We don't have to get into it. But No More Tears, the Ozzy is doing an Ozfest. We're playing with Freak on a Leash. And Pete Durbin's son's in a band called Dual Decimator, which is going to be awesome. That's the June 28th at Hideaway. Then Rock Brigade is playing Northwoods Infest up in Pickerel, Wisconsin on July 3rd. Gun Lake Casino in Wayland, Michigan on July 25th. Taste of Orland Park on July 31st.
Nice.
In the new band shell?
I guess so. It just
Have
says
you-
Taste
it-
of
it
Have you
is.
seen
Okay,
that?
I've
is.
not. I'm-
Fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, we played it last year. It was awesome.
Wow.
Okay, so I guess we're there.
I saw a Queen tribute there. It was awesome. And
Both-
Billy Joel.
Both Super Unknown and
You saw
10.
Mark.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
He's good. Both
Scary-
Super Unknown
scary,
and
but
10 are playing August 14th at Sideouts. Then it's all Rock Brigade dates. August 22nd, Broken Oar. 8/28 at Nico's Red Mill. 9/12 at Aviva Fest in Lisle. No More Tears are then playing in September, Long Apple Fest, and I've got many past this, but the last one I'll mention is that Reggie's, they do an album. We've done this 3 years in a row. They'll do a full album night. So in the past,
cool.
I've done all of Super Unknown. I've done all of 10 by Pearl Jam. We did all of The Real Thing by Faith No, we did Angel Dust, the whole album.
Really?
Malpractice, oh my God, don't ever take that on. It's a fucking nightmare. But this year, on October 29th, it's a Thursday, we're going to be all of Verses, and we're kind of starting a new thing. We're going to do all of Alice in Chains Dirt.
How come you can't get Made in Chicago involved in that?
Yeah,
don't know.
we'll put you in touch with them.
Reggie's, that was my favorite show I've ever done. I was asked to do Cheap Trick live at Budokan at Reggie's,
We'll talk
and
about that.
I did
Wow.
that. I did that, and it was my favorite show I've ever done.
I'll get you in contact with those guys
It
because
was
that
so
is
cool.
very cool to do, just for the OCD guys, to do a full album beginning to end.
Yeah.
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 So, but that's
In
it for me.
order. It's-
all my
it's
other
incredible.
dates, all my other dates are all on the websites or Facebook pages that I put up. I mentioned.
Right. Very cool.
And he's
Awesome.
a good guy.
Well, thank you very much, guys, for doing this. It's been fun.
It's been an honor. Thank you guys for having us, man. It's
Yeah.
cool
Thank you for
to
making
actually
the
meet
trek
Jake in
down here,
person
dude.
Yeah.
and
Yep.
pick on
Like
Pete in
some
person.
make,
It's great.
Oh,
make
yeah.
the trek up, some
Yeah,
make the trek down, but
And you can pick on me.
you guys all
It's okay.
traveled a distance.
How about Operation Empire? You got any dates for us coming up? The
Yeah,
kick-ass
we got
Queens Rock tribute band.
August. The next one's August 22nd.
Okay.
Goat Village.
Go Village.
Yep, that's with
Another intimate place.
that's with our cigar
Got parking though.
With
sponsor.
Chris's band? There he
That's
is.
what Chris's
Still
band
waving.
sponsored
Yeah,
earlier.
with Unleashed. Yeah,
Shout
we're
out to
with them
Chris.
again. Then in September, I think we're at the Thirsty Beaver,
The beef.
September 19th.
Uh-huh.
And then October, I think, or November, we're back to that Goat Village again, but with After Forever.
Okay.
Al, let me know those shows. I'd love to see it and take a pipe to your singer so I can sub for him. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But
What's
I would
made
love to see it.
Chicago got cooking? Anything? Do I
July-
get any more fill-in opportunities?
Well, maybe.
I might
You
need
never
you.
know.
I might need you. He's booked.
July 25th, we're playing.
You might
at
have to sing some Poison,
Shenanigans And I think it's Portage.
Something's gonna get up.
You might have to sing some Poison. Is that okay?
No, it's not good. I draw the line. It's
not good.
You might get a Bon Jovi out of me. You're not going to get Poison.
What if it's something to believe
So
in?
July 25th and what else?
Shenanigans is it Portage or Indiana?
Yeah.
And then July 18th, Hard Rock Radio is playing at Big Basin.
All right. Cool.
So that's it.
So that's it for episode 6, and we're gonna see you guys in August for episode 7. Thank you very much for Nada de Cuba Cigars, and we'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Rock on. Great job, guys. Thank you.